The time has come. The wait is over. The Sonoma Stompers pregame show starts right now.
July moves to its second day, and the Stompers look to stay undefeated in the month here in Alameda. The second game of the road trip. The Stompers took care of business yesterday. That one was in Menlo Park, and today they do it in the East Bay against the Alameda Merchants, who haven't played a CCL contest, Roman, in 12 days, beg your pardon, since June 20th. That's quite a while. This is a rest versus rust conversation. The Merchants were playing a tournament that is, in Canada. They haven't played since Saturday. The Stompers have played 3 times since then. So, work to do for Sonoma. You think those 4 days off help the Merchants, or is that too long to not play baseball?
Well, they've certainly got every reason to throw their very best out of steaming hot Stomper team right now. A huge win last night against Menlo Park, and a key piece of that was Devin Laginto, but ultimately, the Stompers have been going. They're dealing with a little bit of injury bug and, have been playing a few games. The Merchants need to come out hot and be sharp with all the rest they've had.
Yeah, 4 days off. The Stompers don't have 4 days off until the All-Star break, and 7 to 8 of their guys are going to go play down there in Compton come All-Star break time. And the lineup that sends out there today is interesting. Trent Keys all of a sudden has the third highest OPS on the ball club, down in the 8th spot. He's swinging a hot bat, but I still think it comes down to Colton Boardman and Nick Sebastiani at the top.
Yeah, the top of the order needs to be effective as always. Nick Sebastiani's been so good at the plate in recent games, whether it was the 2-home run game on Sunday or just continuing to light it up yesterday at Menlo Park. He's been hot as anyone, and the bottom of this order has been very productive. Cam Hegeman, since joining the club, 4 hits, 4 walks. That's in just 13 at-bats. He's been really good down in the bottom half, and you mentioned Trent Keys, a flying OPS as of recent, and he was sub-100 batting average up until last Saturday, had a pair of extra base hits, and is just finding ways on base per usual. He's been great and a big key bat in the bottom of the order.
Yeah, the Stompers will send Sean McBroom to the hill, making his 2025 Stomper debut. 4 appearances last year for Sonoma. That was a 3-0 record and 0 earned runs in 8 1/3. The number that sticks out, all Zach Pace cares about is wins and losses, and they won every single time he took the hill. What do they have to do that today?
Yeah, just continue to play catch on defense. It's the classics that we hear Zach Pace go to. Play catch, get quality at-bats, get on base. Those are the things that have led the Stomper team to be so successful, and part of that is the success of this pitching staff. I mean, it's not a staff that really needs an arm coming in for support. The staff has been phenomenal, one of the best in the CCL. They got a great start from Laginto. The bullpen's fresh. McBroom just needs to come in today, have a solid outing, throw strikes, let the defense work, because that's what Laginto did, that's what Santavanez has done, that's what the staff is just known for doing. They've done a great job. McBroom needs to pick up what Laginto left off with yesterday and get his team a quality start.
Yeah, the Stompers have the best ERA in the CCL. That's 2.61. The second closest in the CCL North. Try 4.43 for Walnut Creek. It's the best pitching staff by leaps and bounds. The struggle is the offense. 222 as a team. Yikes. That's not too good for the Stompers hitters. And speaking of hitters, let's take this pregame show into Roman's radar, and we'll start with the home squad. A look behind enemy lines. It's the first time we've seen Alameda in a couple of weeks. A long way off, Roman. Who do you like on this roster?
Yeah, I hate to just jump in the top 3, but it's Jackson Nystrom in the 3-hole. 8 hits, 8 RBI, 8 walks, and a .333 average. He just knows how to get on base and be productive at the top.
Yeah, and now we move into Stomp Watch. The Stompers starting 9 very similar. Connor Pulowski, they're looking for his first hit in 10 days.
And Pulowski's had some, time to rest. He caught a big stretch of games when Sepulveda was dealing with an injury. I'm going to go McCann Libby. He had a couple great at-bats in yesterday's ball game, including an RBI single that scored the first and just one of two. He was on both ends of the scoreboard yesterday. He drove in Nick Sebastiani, and then he was driven in himself by Trent Keys. He had a good day yesterday. He's seeing the ball well after a key off day this weekend, or last weekend, excuse me. So he needs to have another big one today.
Yeah, so that wraps up this pregame show here on the road. We're getting you set for a Wednesday evening contest between Sonoma and Alameda. That's coming up in just a few minutes. We're a couple breaks away from baseball. We'll be back with the lineups after this short break.
The Sonoma Stompers are grateful to have Bank of Marin as a returning sponsor. Bank of Marin's philosophy is banking built on trust and relationships. Bank of Marin's creative and customized solutions safely and confidently support your growth and success now and into the future. Whether you're a sole proprietor forging ahead with your first company or the CEO of a well-established corporation, Bank of Marin's local bankers will work side by side with you to help you reach your financial goals. Bank of Marin, the official financial institution of the Sonoma Stompers.
At Ricci Vineyards, we feel that wine and baseball are the perfect pairing, and we are proud supporters of our Sonoma Stompers. Our family-run vineyard has been farming and growing grapes and carneros for over 40 years. We encourage you to witness our wine journey and check out our selection of boutique offerings at RicciVineyards.com.
The Stompers are proud to have Adams Chiropractic as our official chiropractor. Keeping our players healthy and in the lineup is our number one priority. And Adams Chiropractic is right there every step of the way, thanks to Dr. Lawrence Adams. Bashan's original Japanese barbecue sauce was born from founder Justin Gill's multi-generational family recipe that was passed down to him by his Bashan. Now, the multi-generational family recipe has inspired the bold, fresh umami flavor and clean ingredients in all of Bashan's sauces, including their new Japanese dipping sauces. Find Bashan's sauces at your local grocery store today. Bashan's, a tradition of bold, fresh umami flavor. And proud sponsor of the Sonoma Stompers. Friedman's Home Improvement. When something breaks at your house, head on over to Friedman's Home Improvement. Remember, if we don't have it, you don't need it. It's time for Stompers Baseball on the radio. Let's go out to the voices of the Stompers. Roman Raffelli, and here's Kieran Costa.
Welcome back to the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network. I'm Kieran Costa, joined by Roman Raffelli, and we'll give you a look at the lineups, or just the Stompers lineup, that is, before we get going. The shortstop, Colton Boardman, leads off, followed by the left fielder, Nick Sebastiani, and the DH, Paul Lazul. The catcher, Connor Pulowski, cleans up. The second baseman, McCann Libby's in the 5-hole, and the right fielder, Brady Shannon, hits 6. The center fielder, Cam Hegeman, 7. The first baseman, Trent Keys, 8. And the third baseman, Anthony Shepler, rounds out the 9 for the Sonoma Stompers. 15-9 on the season for Sonoma. 10-5 for the Merchants, coming off a long layoff. And we have first pitch between the two clubs when we return on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
Stompers have partnered with Crandall Roofing to bring you the Grand Slam seating section. All grandstand seats are now sponsored by Crandall Roofing, the best roofers in the North Bay. Let your next roof be your last roof. Call Crandall Roofing, Diamond certified and proud partners with the Sonoma Stompers. Hey Stomper fans, if you need tree service, call Arbor MD. Proper tree care is essential for ensuring the safety, health, and beauty of your trees. Arbor MD's tree knowledge and expertise protects your property and enhances its value while also contributing to environmental sustainability and long-term tree health. Call Arbor MD for all your tree care and landscape needs. Nana's estate-grown extra virgin olive oil is made from olives grown exclusively on the property of Vianza Winery. They were hand-harvested and pressed to create Nana's extra virgin olive oil. Go to shop.vianza.com to see why Nana's olive oil is the very best. United States Congressman Mike Thompson, representing California's 4th District, is a proud supporter of the Sonoma Stompers. The Sonoma Stompers invite you to dine at...
The Sonoma Stompers, winners of 4 consecutive games, are on the road again to take on the Alameda Merchants, who haven't played a CCL contest in 12 days. For the Stompers, it's been less than 24 hours. Devin Laginto turned in 9 shutout innings, the first complete game shutout in the CCL era for Sonoma. They look to build on that today. Welcome to the College of Alameda here in Alameda, California. I'm Kieran Costa, joined by Roman Raffelli on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network. Sonoma 15-9, Alameda 10-5, and Logan Stelling, gets the ball for TC Fairfield. The 5'11", 205-foot right-hander out of Gilroy, California, is 22 years of age. It's been a long road to get to where he is now. Mission Community College to West Valley College. He found his way to Memphis last season, where he had just 3 appearances, 4 earned runs over 2.2 innings, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, but a big one is 3 wild pitches. So you have to sit on your pitch, and the Stompers, if anything gets by the catcher Winchell, you have to take your base. It's Colton Boardman, Nick Sebastiani, and Paul Lazul, the 3 slated to hit here in the first inning. That lineup announced by manager Zach Pace. Logan Stelling, a right-handed pitcher, out on the mound here at Pat Bale Field. Colton Boardman, a lefty in the box. Let's get rolling here on a Wednesday night from Alameda. First pitch misses low, 1 ball and no strikes. 6:07 here in the East Bay. It's 65 degrees. Boardman working ahead 1-0. The pitch is at the knees, a called strike by the home plate umpire Ricardo Rodriguez. He's aided by Ron Masso up the first baseline and Robert McGee up the third baseline. Stelling from the windup, rocks and fires. Boardman takes low, 2-1. Everything has been down in the zone, just 3 pitches in. Boardman, a .278 hitter, .441 on base. He bounces it foul at home plate, making an all-star bid for the North at that shortstop position. 10 runs batted in, 5 doubles. Does a lot for this Stomper team at the top of the order, and a lot defensively too. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stelling to Boardman is up and outside. Filler up 3-2, and a good battle to get going between the Stomper leadoff hitter and the starter Logan Stelling, who hasn't pitched in 13 days. He went 3 shutout innings against Walnut Creek back on the 19th. The payoff to Boardman is sent the opposite way, but foul.
And a great leadoff at-bat here. It's exactly his job. Go up there, battle, see some pitches, let Nick Sebastiani in the dugout know what they're looking at when they get up to the plate.
Stelling ready to deliver his 7th pitch of the at-bat, and Boardman grounds it to first. Giovanetti gloves it, and he'll take it to the bag himself. The former Stomper gets the job done out at first, and that's a good time to give you the rest of the defensive alignment. Ben Giovanetti at first. He's joined on the infield by Caleb Latimer, Jace Jeremiah, and the third baseman is Benny Sates. That's for first to third. Nystrom, Turner, Smallwood, we go left to right. That's your defensive alignment for the home squad, the Merchants. The first pitch to Sebastiani, the righty takes low, 1-0. Ben really swinging a hot bat. 500 his average over the past week plus. 6 hits in his last 3 games. That average all the way up to 288. He sends this one to center field. He gives it a ride. Turner chasing back, still back, looking up, and it's off the base of the wall. Sebastiani round second. He's digging towards third. Turner picks it up. He's in there with a triple. The first triple of the season for Ben Sebastiani. The Stompers have a run 90 feet away.
And we talked about his 2-homer game on Sunday. That ball 2 feet from getting over in dead center. A missile off the bat of Sebastiani, and he's on a tear.
Paul Lazul's turn now, the left-handed hitter. That's the 5th extra base hit of the season for Sebastiani, and now he's one of 2 Stompers that have a double, a triple, and a home run, the other one being Brady Shannon. Lazul takes. Called strike, 0-1. Paul, 8 RBIs on the season, a chance for his 9th, 90 feet away, and that's Nick Sebastiani. Lazul hits a high chopper to the right side. That'll get the job done. Latimer, high hop, throws to first. Giovanetti just barely keeps his foot on the base, but it's an RBI for Paul Lazul, and the Stompers strike first on an RBI groundout, and Connor Pulowski will now dig in.
It's not a hit for Lazul, but it's a great piece of runner on third, 1 out, hitting. He took it to the right side, allowed Sebastiani to score without contest, puts the Stompers up in the first, exactly what you need to do on the road.
That brings up another righty. That's Connor Pulowski, who takes low, 1-0, says the home plate umpire, Ricardo Rodriguez. Boardman and Lazul, the 2 lefties, have grounded out against Stelling. Sebastiani, the righty, pieced one to center field. Pulaski grounds this one to second. Gloved by Latimer. Nice play, and he throws to first. A hard-hit baseball off the bat, but nothing comes of it for Pulaski. The Stompers, though, a run on a hit. Nick Sebastiani tripled the big blow. 1 across for the Stompers, with the Merchants coming up in the last of the first on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
The Sonoma Stompers are tail-wagging happy to have partnered with Pets Lifeline. Pets Lifeline offers several programs for pet owners in Sonoma, from dog training classes to spay-neuter and microchipping. Pets Lifeline also has a trap, neuter, and return feral cat program, as well as resources to help with rehoming a pet. Pets Lifeline is here to support pet owners in keeping their pets healthy and happy. Pets Lifeline is also hosting Bark in the Park on July 28th, so you can bring your pet to a Stompers game. Pets Lifeline and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners. The Sonoma Stompers are proud to have teamed up with Park Point Health Clubs this season. Let Park Point's innovative fitness and lifestyle programs improve your quality of life through our Focus 3030 nutrition and training program. Or take Pilates classes, learn kickboxing, get back on the bench with our weight training program. We have personal trainers, and check this out, we even have childcare to help you create the time to become the best you can be. Park Point Health Clubs are located in Santa Rosa, Healdsburg, and right here in Sonoma. Park Point Health Clubs and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
Coming up in now the bottom of inning number 1, Alameda and Sonoma. The Stompers got the first run. That was an RBI ground ball off the bat of Paul Lazul, drove in a run. Lazul, the designated hitter today. And Sean McBroom takes the mound for his 2024 Stomper debut. 3 appearances at St. Mary's in 2024, transferred to Los Medanos College. That's 16 appearances, 10 starts, a 7-4 record there. McBroom, as I mentioned in the pregame, 8.1 shutout innings for the Stompers out of the bullpen in 2024. He'll face Caleb Latimer, Jace Jeremiah, and Jackson Nystrom in inning number 1. McBroom delivers, and it's pulled foul down the left field line. The righty hitting .216, but a .396 on base percentage. The big one with Latimer is 4 of his 8 hits have been doubles. The pitch is pulled foul again. Early on the first 2 from McBroom. The Los Medanos product. 5'9", 182 pounds from Antioch, California. Working from the wind. The pitch. Cut on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Caleb Latimer. And that's a good way to start the ball game if you're McBroom, who struck out 49 batters during his 16 appearances at Los Medanos.
That's a great first batter for McBroom. You didn't let him see a ton of pitches either. Doesn't hand the torch to Jeremiah and Nystrom as well as Colton Boardman did in the top half for sure, but always nice to get your first strikeout.
Right on right, McBroom now to Jeremiah. Popped up mile high. First baseline, Trent Keyes going over, and a diving catch is made by the right fielder, Brady Shannon. Or maybe it was the second baseman, McCann Libby, as we see. We're set up very close to the Stomper dugout at a table down the first baseline, so balls down that right field line. A real tough one to see. Stompers and the Merchants just getting started. Bottom of inning number 1. The pitch is bounced foul. First pitch swings a lot of the time here from Alameda.
I think we're seeing off-speed from McBroom to start all 3 of these counts. They've been well ahead of every first pitch.
No balls and 1 strike. McBroom to the plate. Right down the middle, called strike 2. That's a nasty breaker. McBroom, a nice efficient start. That's going to be big for him. The pitch limit at just 40 today for the Stomper starter. McBroom's 0-2. Popped foul back to the screen, went to the heater there and elevated it. Nystrom fouls it back. Jackson, a .333 hitter. On base over .570. 3 doubles and 8 RBIs. Stompers looking for their 5th consecutive victory. 0-2. Grounded foul past Enrique Nunez down in the third base coaching box. Coach CD over at first.
McBroom wanted a swing and miss curveball. He left it just a little bit high, but still not a bad pitch.
McBroom pitches, and it's bounced foul at home. Played a good battle from Nystrom, who got down 0-2 early and has now fouled a couple back. Emmett Finney is in the on-deck circle. He has some pop out of San Jose State. Nystrom played his college ball last season at USF. 8 for 24 on the season. McBroom's 0-2 pitch just misses low. A ball and 2 strikes. Nice pitch.
Fastball right at the knees. A nice pitch to get a ground ball or a big swing and miss to end the inning.
McBroom from the windup. Check swing. The appeal to first. Ron Masso says yes, he did. A couple strikeouts in the inning and an ugly one to end it on Jackson Nystrom. McBroom puts down the Merchants 1-2-3. We head to the second. Sonoma 1, Alameda nothing on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
McCann ball, but that misses inside, and the count's 1 ball and no strikes. Stelling to Libby, right on right, and it's low. 2 balls and no strikes, and the righties had the 2 hardest hit balls of the inning. That was a Sebastiani triple, and Pulowski hit what was almost a single through the right side. A nice defensive inning from Caleb Latimer took a couple knocks away from the Stomps. The pitch to Libby is a high chopper towards short. Jeremiah charges and throws in one motion. A nice play by the shortstop, Jace Jeremiah. And that's all 4 outs via the ground ball for Stelling.
Now, a couple really hard hit ones. You mentioned Pulowski's probably should have been a hit. I mean, if it, got even remotely in the air, it's a hard line drive in the right center gap, and then Libby there, not a bad piece, a chopper right up the middle. A tough play, but a nice one from Jeremiah.
That brings up Brady Shannon as the sun dips behind the cloud. The temperature really plummets here right on the water. Shannon checks his swing, but look at Masso. He says no swing. Want to know.
Sporting his salmon and
Salmon and sage.
That's what it was.
That's what Miranda taught us yesterday. What did I say? Aqua and pink? I mean, I couldn't tell you anything about the colors. That one misses low in the second straight. Stompers ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Cam Hegeman waits on deck. That's a normal tan bat. I don't know what color that is, other than tan.
He's got some pink accenting on there,
that's
though.
true.
It's a nice little look.
It's not pink. It's like fuchsia or something if we ask the marketing team. (2-1). Shannon swings and misses 2-2. Brady had a heck of a weekend. 6 hits and 7 runs batted in. That was Friday to Sunday. He awaits a 2-2. He's working right on right against Logan Stelling. The offer is low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now that's the second full count worked by Sonoma. Something's got to give on a payoff pitch between Logan Stelling and Brady Shannon. Shannon takes low ball 4. That's what the Stompers do. They draw walks. They get on base a whole bunch of different ways. Sonoma has a .222 team batting average. That ranks one of the lowest in the CCL, but a .398 on base. So they are really aided by those walks and those hit by pitches. Shannon off first and Hegman at the plate. He takes low. So that's a 170 some odd point difference between the average and the on base percentage. And One big reason is because the Stompers have been hit 75 times. Hegeman takes low, and Shannon goes back to first. 75 team hit by pitches in CCL action. The second closest team is with 37. No other teams over 40 hit by pitches. The Stompers have over double the second place San Francisco Seagulls. And Trent Keys, the man on deck, has been hit 15 times. That's more than 2 different teams. My goodness. Shannon runs. Hegeman hits a broken bat ground ball right where the second baseman would be. Shannon motors towards third, and he's in there. A little piece of broken back. What goes the Stomper way? And they're set up runners at the corners. And, oh no. Robert McGee's going to say that the ball hit Brady Shannon in the field of play.
And that's
egregious.
That it wasn't even close. I don't think it went within 5 feet of Brady Shannon. And before this call here, that is exactly why you do a hit and run. Hegeman hits it right where the second baseman would be, but because Shannon was stealing, he comes towards second base. It opens up the field. A beautiful piece there, but it's torn apart by just a ridiculous call.
The Alameda dugout is laughing with Dave Hoke, the third base coach. And the Stomper fans outnumber even the Merchants fans here in Alameda. They're not happy. And we talk a lot about the umpiring here in the CCL. That's one of the tougher calls that have gone against Sonoma. So it goes as a hit for Hegeman, and Brady Shannon's out on the bases. Wow.
And that's the second time we've seen a Stomper be, quote, hit by a ball this season in a matter of 5 games.
And Ron Masso has put an imprint on this game in a hurry. That's a real tough one to swallow if you're Sonoma. Keys fouls it back. All of a sudden, it's 0-2. And credit to Zach Pace for not getting thrown out of this one. I guess how can you argue it, but that's a real tough call that goes against Sonoma.
Well, last time it was Trent Keys who was hit by one in the 7th against the Crawdads back on June 28th.
Well, that one clearly hit him. This one, I don't even know what the thought process was. The ball didn't change direction or anything. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Keys. The ball game still continues, no matter the call. The pitch from Stelling kicks off the glove of the catcher, and now to second base goes Hegeman on what's a pass ball ruled against the catcher.
Right, and going back again to the Shannon play here, I suppose the only train of thought I can see for Masso behind the mound is that the second baseman, Latimer, was going towards the base and then immediately slipped because the ball was going the other way, so maybe he thought it redirected off of Shannon, but that's just not what happened.
But there was never even a meeting. The home plate umpire has the best view of that play, and that one misses. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Keys. Hegeman at second base. And Trent lines this one past the dive of Jeremiah into left field, and Hegeman's going to get a stop sign. Hegeman goes to third. Keys goes to first. And now you play the what-if game of that call's not made. Sonoma's up 2-0.
And you can call me a homer or whatever you want. That should have scored an RBI, and Hegeman's at third with 1 out, runners on the corners, but it's 2 gone, still 1-0 Stomps.
Ben Giovanetti is laughing with Trent Keys. The only thing they could be talking about is that call. So that brings up Shepler, RBI opportunity, runners at the corners. He takes low, ball 1. And a day where runs will be at a premium, that's a tough one to get taken away from Sonoma. 1-0. Swing and a miss by Shepler, 1-1. Tried to get a couple runs back with that swing. Shepler on the season is hitting 173, about the on base at 386. Keys off first, Hegeman off of third, and that one's fouled in and out of the glove of Winchell. It counts a ball and 2 strikes. The top of the order, and Colton Boardman on deck. One, 2 with 2 out. Shepler takes up and outside, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch to Shepler is lined foul down the first base line, and oh my goodness, seems like nothing's going Sonoma's way.
And we talked about just, yesterday they only get up 2 runs on the board against Menlo Park, but they're able to get a win 2-0, and the Bats picking up right where they left off. Some nice small ball, just hitting it around, finding gaps, but that one doesn't fall. It was close.
We'll do it again from 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stelling to Shepler. The lefty takes outside, 3-2. So now Keys will be running off first base on the payoff pitch with 2 outs. That one's high, ball 4. So Anthony Shepler draws a walk.
And that's a great at-bat there from your 9 hole. He saw some pitches, worked what I believe was the 3rd full count of the inning against Stelling, and now sets the table for Colton Boardman.
Bases loaded for Colton Boardman, and TC Fairfield's going to come out to the mound and have a meeting with his pitcher. He does also work as the pitching coach here. 2 hits and 2 walks in the inning, and also a real tough call that goes against Sonoma, but no more harping on it now. You have your chance. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and your leadoff man, Colton Boardman, at the plate, who's driven in 10.
A good opportunity here for Colton Boardman. It's his time to hit a big one here. He's been great for the Stomper order at the top nearly all season long. He has 22 hits on the year and just finds ways on base. A really crafty guy at the top, needs to do some damage here with 2 gone.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Hageman and Keys singled. Shepler walked. The base is full for Colton Boardman, who lines it into left field. That's a base hit. 1 run scores. Dave Hoke's going to send Trent Keys. Here comes a throw from Nystrom. It's offline. It's a base hit and a couple RBIs for Colton Boardman. The Stomps get the runs anyway. It's 3-0 Sonoma, and those ones have to feel good for a Stomper dugout that feels like they've been robbed of a whole lot more.
And a great job acting like a leadoff there. Swung on the first pitch he saw. It's always a kind of topic of conversation where you have a mound visit and the first pitch is a strike. The next, after the mound visit, almost every time he took that strike into left field.
And Nick Sebastiani's hit in the helmet, and he continues to get hit time and time again. It's the 76th time that a Stomper has been hit by a pitch. Sebastiani up there on the Sonoma leaderboard now in that category. Not a category you really want to be up there, and that's the 8th time Sebastiani's been hit by a pitch. It's the 6th consecutive Stomper to reach, and Zach Pace is going to have a conversation with the home plate umpire, Ricardo Rodriguez. Is he just making sure his player's okay? Is he asking for a warning to be called? He's just given up 5 consecutive base runners, and he throws a fastball straight towards Nick Sebastiani's head.
And a fastball high to a guy who scored the first run of the game and hit a triple that was nearly a home run in the first inning. It's not a terribly far stretch there, but most importantly for the Stompers, you scored 2, and now you have the bases loaded once again.
Wazul looking to really blow this thing open. Paul takes low. Nice backhanded pick by the catcher. Winchell saved a run. No place to put the lefty Paul Wazul. An RBI ground out his first time through. Looking to drive in a whole lot more with the bases full. Lazul takes at the knees. A very nice frame job by Winchell to bring that one back up. That counts a ball and a strike.
And a good pitch there. Stelling just needs to go in and throw ground balls here, get one, and the inning's over.
1-1 pitch. Lazul chases with ball and 2 strikes. Shannon walked. Hegeman hit a ground ball that was ruled to hit Brady Shannon. That's a single for him. Then Keys singled. Shepler walked. Boardman knocked in 2 with the single. Sebastiani was hit by a pitch. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 in. The 1-2 to Lazul is low, 2-2. Stelling's pitch count continues to climb. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Stelling comes to Lazul, who takes inside corner, called strike 3. The Stompers seem to be unable to buy a break from this umpiring crew in a tough second inning. But the Stompers get 2 runs on 3 hits and leave the bases loaded. We head to the bottom of inning number 2. Stompers 3, Merchants nothing.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners. Bashan's original Japanese barbecue sauce was born from founder Justin Gill's multi-generational family recipe that was passed down to him by his Bashan.
Stompers lead 3-0. Could have been more. A tough call goes against you, but welcome to the game of baseball, and that brings up Finney to lead off the bottom of inning number 2, and he's late on a fastball from Mick Broom. He was first pitch off speed nearly every single time in inning number 1. He comes first pitch heater and fools Finney. No balls and 1 strike. Mick Broom working quickly, and he's ahead quickly. It's 0-2.
Yeah, he got 2 strikeouts in the first, had the top 3 really just in a daze, couldn't do anything.
Finney takes just low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stompers and the Merchants for the 4th time here in 2025. Swing and a miss. Finney's gone on a breaking ball low. That's 3 strikeouts through 4 hitters, and it brings up Cy Turner, the center fielder out of Memphis.
And we talked about McBroom on a pretty reasonable pitch count today, but he's been quick and efficient. The 3 strikeouts and then a pop-up on the first pitch to Jace Jeremiah. He's making the most of them so far.
15 pitches through 4 outs. McBroom deals. The lefty Turner late on a fastball, 0-1.
Well, now 16 pitches and 14 of them are strikes. That's a
How do you
great
like
way
that?
to start a ball game.
I mean, what does Zach Pace say? Just fill up the zone and play catch. You don't even have to play catch if McBroom's striking out hitters like this. That one's just off the corner, 1-1. And McBroom has the greatest Stomper quote in my 2 years here. After an outing last season, he says, "I throw the ball as hard as I can right down the middle and let my defense play." He misses this time, over but low. The count's 2-1. That's just an all-timer.
It's great. I mean, boil it down to its simplest form and be great.
2-1 pitch. popped up out of play over Ben Giovanetti, who's taking swings in the on-deck circle. McBroom looking for a second consecutive shutdown inning. He's working with a 3-0 advantage. A righty is up and tossing in the bullpen for Alameda. McBroom delivers. Turner sends it in the air to right field. Down the line, cutting over is Shannon. Still cutting over, and it's down, kicking into the corner. Heading towards second base, and now towards third is Turner, and he'll slide in there. The ball gets away, and he'll hold. A 1-out triple down the line by Cy Turner, and Ben Giovanetti comes up with a chance to tack on a 5th run batted in.
I believe that was an off-speed left up in the zone a little bit by McBroom. Just found a sweet spot right above the knee and was hit hard and far by Turner.
Stomper infield comes halfway with a runner at third and 1 out. The lead sits at 3 for Sonoma, but Alameda threatening. And it's a former Stomper, Ben Giovanetti, who comes in with that stance with his feet just so spread apart. Back foot at the back line of the batter's box, the front foot almost all the way at the front from the stocky first baseman hitting from the right side.
And he took a first pitch strike. He's in the hole 0-1. He's got 13 Ks on the year, not where he wants to be.
13 of his 26 at-bats have ended with a strikeout. This one kicks past Pulowski. Will there be a play at the plate? No. So a wild pitch from McBroom scores Turner from third, and we have a good one. It's 3-1 here in the second.
Yeah, tough time for a wild pitch there. It hit the dirt, and Pulowski was ready to block it. It just didn't hop. It shot right below him.
3-1 Stompers. Now Giovanetti up with the bases clear and 1 out. Pitch was low, 1-1. 1-1 coming from McBroom. Giovanetti grounds it to shortstop. Boardman on the backhand. Long throw in time. Colton Boardman. That's gold glove caliber defense. Commanding the infield from the shortstop position.
And some great core power on that one. He threw it from the back foot deep into the hole. He planted it and just a full turn over the shoulder. A nice throw to Trent Keys across.
Yeah, Stompers' defense plays pretty much on the lip of the outfield grass. Talking to Dave Hoke before the game, he says it's the quickest infield that they'll play this year. The pitch is in there for a called strike. Ricardo Rodriguez took his time but made the right call. 0-1. I was me and Coach Mayo talking to him, and Coach Mayo said, would you rather play here at our infield? And he said, I'd rather play at Arnold. This one's sent in the air to deep left center field. Sebastiani and Hegeman come together, and it one hops the wall. Sebastiani bobbles it out in left field, but it won't matter. It's a double. Winchell really gave that one a ride. Split Sebastiani and Hegeman perfectly in left center field. It's a double for Winchell, and it brings up Noah Smallwood.
If it tells you how far it was hit, Sebastiani went to pull the ball out of his glove, and as he did that, his hand hit the wall, causing him to drop the ball. It didn't result in an extra 90 for Winchell, but he put a barrel on that one.
2 outs in the inning. McBroom looking to leave that runner at second base. Turner coming in to score was the first run McBroom allowed in now his second year here in Sonoma. 8.1 shutout frames last season. Looking to limit the damage to 1. McBroom delivers right through the heart. 0-1.
And a lot of first pitch fastballs, a lot of early count fastballs from McBroom, just challenging the Merchants to come get it.
Trent Keys urges McBroom on. They played together at Los Medanos last season. Keys moving colleges to San Joaquin Delta College. He'll now be playing with Devin Laginto. And now it's 0-2. McBroom looking for a put-away pitch on Noah Smallwood, who's 1 for 16 this season, and he struck out 11 of his 16 plate appearances. 0-2 pitch on the way from Sean McBroom, and struck him out looking. Smallwood knew it. That's his 12th strikeout in 17 at-bats. Tough go to start the season for Smallwood, but a triple, a wild pitch, scores a run. We head to the third inning. Stompers 3, Merchants 1. You're listening to Sonoma Stompers Baseball on the radio network.
Hey, Stomper fans, if you're looking for roof services, look no further than Crandall Roofing. Crandall's dedicated team of professionals guarantees excellence. From roof repairs to installations, Crandall delivers top-notch solutions with unmatched value. One of the reasons Crandall Roofing stands out is Crandall Roofing uses only Class A fire-rated materials, and Crandall Roofing is certified by the manufacturer who extend warranties up to 50 years. Not only that, but Crandall Roofing's simple pricing plan ensures absolute transparency. Hey, with straightforward rates and no hidden fees, Crandall Roofing makes roofing solutions easy. Visit their website at crandallroofing.com or call 707 586 2500. Let your next roof be your last roof. Crandall Roofing, Diamond certified and proud partners with the Sonoma Stompers. Bashan's original Japanese barbecue sauce was born from founder Justin Gill's multi-generational family recipe that was passed down to him by his Bashan. Now, the multi-generational family recipe has inspired the bold, fresh umami flavor and clean ingredients in all of Bashan's sauces, including their new Japanese dipping sauces. Find Bashan's sauces at your local grocery store today. Bashan's, a tradition of bold, fresh umami flavor, and proud sponsor of the Sonoma Stompers.
Connor Pulowski leads off the top of the third by swinging and hitting a weak ground ball to the shortstop. Jeremiah charges and throws in time to get him. Pulowski retired via the ground ball for the second time today. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's what Logan Stelling needs after a laborious second inning where 8 different Stompers came to the plate. 9, beg your pardon. That brings up McCann Libby, another righty. Brady Shannon will be the third man to hit against Stelling, who comes home, and Libby takes a called strike. Gotta give Ricardo Rodriguez a minute to make the calls here at home plate. Don't speak too soon. Pitch to Libby, foul back to the screen, 0-2. Stompers 3, Merchants 1. Base is empty, 1 out, top of inning number 3. Stompers looking to nab their 5th consecutive victory. Libby checks his swing. The appeal to first, no swing. And this umpiring crew isn't making friends with either side so far. But are you ever friends with the umpires? Is a question you have to ask. 1-2 pitch. Libby takes. Called strike 3. A couple quick outs for Logan Stelling, and Brady Shannon will have to keep this inning alive. He walked on a 3-2 pitch and then was hit by a Cam Hegeman ground ball.
And a really nice strike 3 on an off-speed pitch that had Libby fooled. He rode the outside corner. It was a nice one.
Shannon, a right-handed hitter. He's at Youngstown State University. Takes inside, 1 ball and no strike. So Youngstown against Memphis. Stelling played last season for the Tigers. The pitch. Same spot inside. A little softer on that one, and the count's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kieran Costa, Roman Raffelli here on the road, keeping you covered all season long. You can also stay tuned on the Stompers' social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Shannon pops this one foul 2-1. Or go to stompersbaseball.com. You can find all the updates you need. Game recaps written by Jordan Kimball, doing a great job out of our writing department. Miranda Ronan heads up all our social media, which just looks fantastic this season. Brady fouls this one off of his foot, and it looked like it got him in the back foot, the one without a guard on that ankle. That one's got to hurt A windy and chilly day in Alameda, as it seems to always be. Two-two pitch. Misses 3-2. Stompers and the Merchants, the 2 and 3 seeds in the CCL North. Could this be a wild card game preview? We shall see as the season continues. 3-2 to Shannon. Tipped into the glove of Winchell. 1-2-3 go the Stompers in the third. Break in the action will return for the bottom of inning number 3. Sonoma 3, Alameda 1.
Crandall Roofing to bring you the Grand Slam seating section. All grandstand seats are now sponsored by Crandall Roofing, the best roofers in the North Bay. Let your next roof be your last roof. Call Crandall Roofing, Diamond certified and proud partners with the Sonoma Stompers. Hey Stomper fans, if you need tree service, call Arbor MD. Proper tree care is essential for ensuring the safety, health, and beauty of your trees. Arbor MD's tree knowledge and expertise protects your property and enhances its value while also contributing to environmental sustainability and long-term tree health. Call Arbor MD for all your tree care and landscape needs. Nana's estate-grown extra virgin olive oil is made from olives grown exclusively on the property of Vianza Winery. They were hand-harvested and pressed to create Nana's extra virgin olive oil. Go to shop.vianza.com to see why Nana's olive oil is the very best.
We move to the bottom of the third. Logan Stilling got a shutdown inning. McBroom tries to keep it at what's now just a 3-1 lead for the Stompers. Don't let the Merchants get back in it early. McBroom pitches right there for a called strike one. It'll be Ben Seitz, the 9-hitter, and then flip back to the top in Caleb Latimer and Jace Jeremiah. 5 strikeouts through 2 innings for McBroom, who pitches, and it's popped foul. 0-2. McBroom doing a great job of getting out in front of these Alameda hitters.
And when you're on a pitch count like he is, you can't afford to waste him, and he knows that better than anybody. He wants to be out there as long as he can.
Agrees on the sign with Connor Pulowski. Comes home, and it misses outside. The count's 1-2. 1-2 pitch. McBroom delivers. It's bounced to second. Libby fields the hop and throws to Trent Keys at first base. It's 4-3 on the putout, and it's back to the top of the lineup in Caleb Latimer.
Top of the order, second baseman, number 9, Caleb Latimer.
Latimer, a right-handed hitter. McBroom, a right-handed pitcher. Some news on the out-of-town scoreboard. The Legends have just beaten the Crawdads. The Stompers are playing for a virtual tie for first place. And that one's in there for a called strike.
Entered today just a game back
It's
of
a
Walnut
big one
Creek.
all of a sudden. All of a sudden you go standings looking this early in the season. Latimer fouls it back. Sorry, Roman. I cut you off. I was too excited about my out-of-town scores. I love those.
That's an exciting one, but the Stompers just got to continue to take care of business here. You get one here, then you can worry about what the other teams are doing. Got to focus on you, play your game.
0-2 pitch to Latimer. The appeal to first, no swing. My goodness.
And McBroom will need 4 swings this time.
Okay. Getting real chippy. 1-2. That one misses inside, and the Stomper dugout could argue he's thrown 4 strikes this at-bat, but the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Latimer out of Oklahoma Baptist hits a ground ball to short. Boardman fields on the backhand. His throw to first is high and over the head of Trent Keys. It will be an error charge to the shortstop, Boardman. And to first base goes Latimer. The Stompers will have to get an extra out here in the third inning.
And a tough play for Boardman there, ranging into the hole, similar to what we saw against Ben Giovanetti. He planted on the back foot this time, just dropped the elbow a little bit, trying to throw what had to be over 100 feet to, well over 100 feet, probably closer to 120 to Trent Keys, and just skied it.
Yeah, Latimer a little bit quicker up the line than Giovanetti. Boardman had to make a quick throw, and it sailed over the head of Trent Keys. Not something easy to do. Keys well over 6 foot. That one's inside, and it hit him. First and second now. This inning unraveling in a hurry. And that brings up the best hitter, Jackson Nystrom, and it brings Mike Nunez to the hill.
And this is a good time for a mound visit. You've got one gone. You've still got, multiple forms of double play intact. McBroom just needs a sec to reset, take a couple deep breaths, realign with Nunez and Pulowski, get back in there and get a ground ball.
Nystrom, speedy runner out of USF, not an easy guy to double up. 4 arms available out of the bullpen today for Zach Pace. We'll see how he intends to use them. And Ricardo Rodriguez has had enough of this mound visit. He's out there talking with them as well. It's Pulowski, Nunez, and McBroom, and it looks like Ricardo Rodriguez is doing most of the talking.
Yeah, it all seemed cheerful between him and McBroom. A big smile on the face of Sean, although when is there not?
That's a guy that just loves playing baseball every day. And how couldn't you? Pulowski back in the squat behind home plate. McBroom back up on the hill in the middle of the diamond. There's 2 runners on. It's Caleb Latimer at second and Jace Jeremiah at first. Looking to turn a ground ball on Jackson Nystrom. Struck out back in the first. McBroom from the stretch now. That back foot planted right in the middle of the rubber. He pitches high, 1-0. From the windup, he squares up to home plate to start, stares in to get a sign and goes. With 2 runners aboard, he starts with that front foot slightly open compared to the right. Comes set just below the letters, checks the runner Latimer at second, dancing off the bag, and decides to come home with it. It's lined over the head of Boardman into left field. Sebastiani will pick it up. Hold sign from Enrique Nunez. Bases loaded with 1 out. And that's what happens when you have to get extra outs. They become tougher and tougher to get.
And it's started to snowball. A nice piece of hitting there from Nystrom. A sharp line drive into left field. Boardman nearly had a play on that one, but it just hit too hard to get to. Now bases loaded and 1 gone.
Bases loaded. 1 man out. Emmett Finney, the cleanup man at the plate. Latimer, a big lead off third. Finney, feet spread apart in the box, swings and misses, got him on the first pitch fastball again.
And Finney struck out in the second inning. That was to lead off that inning, and a silly swing there, not happy with himself.
Stompers would love a ground ball or a strikeout, either would do. Boardman, 1 step towards the bag, double play depth, and keeping Jeremiah close. Finney takes a called strike, 0-2. Wasn't happy with that call either.
No, we talked about it first time through. McBroom had him in a daze when he was in his sequence. He's certainly in one here. Ahead with 2 strikes. You can go to pretty much anything, but obviously you don't want to throw it past Pulowski.
Bases full of Merchants, 1 out in the third. McBroom way out ahead, 0-2. He comes home with it, and Finney takes a slider in the dirt, and a very nice block by Connor Pulowski just saved a run.
And bases loaded, you obviously want to be able to throw your off-speed stuff, but to throw it low in the zone and risk that just shows how much this team trusts Connor Pulowski and how much he trusts himself. He's calling the pitches. A nice block there on a not bad pitch.
Gutsy pitch with a runner at third base. We'll see what he comes with. A 1-2. Bounced to the left side, past Boardman into left field. 1 run scores. Sebastiani's throw to the plate is not in time. 2 runs will score. It's a 2 RBI game-tying single for Emmett Finney, and we're back to level at 3 apiece. Holding at second was Nystrom. For Finney, it's RBIs 3 and 4. And for Zach Pace, it's a visit to the mound and maybe the end of the day. For Sean McBroom, he makes the call to the bullpen. We'll tell you all about the new arm when we come back. We're tied at 3 in the third. The Merchants threatening for more with 2 on and 1 out when we return on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
At Ricci Vineyards, we feel that wine and baseball are the perfect pairing, and we are proud supporters of our Sonoma Stompers. Our family-run vineyard has been farming and growing grapes and carneros for over 40 years. We encourage you to witness our wine journey and check out our selection of boutique offerings at RicciVineyards.com.
The Stompers are proud to have Adams Chiropractic as our official chiropractor. Keeping our players healthy and in the lineup is our #1 priority. And Adams Chiropractic is right there every step of the way, thanks to Dr. Lawrence Adams.
Cresco Rents. What you need, when you need it. And we show you how to use it. It's simple. You choose it, you use it. We have the right tool for every job. Never buy it, never store it. When you need it, just rent it.
I'm Chris Smith, president of Cresco. If you need it, Cresco's got it.
All over the Bay Area and online at CrescoRent.com.
Friedman's Home Improvement. When something breaks at your house, head on over to Friedman's Home Improvement. Remember, if we don't have it, you don't need it.
Micah Marquez comes in relief of Sean McBroom, who went 2.1 innings, 4 hits, no walks, a hit batsman, and 4 strikeouts. He leaves runners at first and second, and Micah Marquez is in a fine mess here in the bottom of inning number 3. 2 runs already in, 2 runners aboard, and the lefty, Cy Turner, at the plate. Marquez, a righty from St. Helena, California, stands 5'10", weighs in at 185 pounds. Didn't play a lot at William Jessup University. He's thrown 7 innings, hasn't given up a run. He misses just outside.
And just not relevant to the game, but looking at his player profile, he shares a birthday with me, but I've got a couple years on him.
Marquez comes home, and that ball's hit hard in the air to right field. Shannon going over, Hegeman going over, and it's the center fielder, Cam Hegeman, who makes the catch in dead center field. The Stompers have played some very, very good outfield defense over the past 2 days. That's the second one that could give Sports Center a look. Sebastiani made a Willie Mays back to home plate catch yesterday in Menlo Park. Cam Hegeman, a perfect route to that baseball, had a long way to go, banged up against the wall in right center, and took a couple of runs off the board. And now Marquez is 1 pitch away from getting out of it. F8 in the scorebook, but Cy Turner got a lot of that baseball.
He's hit 2 balls really hard and really far today, but you said it, a great route from Hegeman. He's a heck of an athlete in center, and he showed it off there.
That brings up the righty Giovanetti. Marquez pitches. Giovanetti takes at the knees, called strike one. Marquez, all 4 outings have been out of the bullpen. He last went against Walnut Creek on the 25th. That was exactly a week ago. He gave up an unearned run in 2 innings of work, a strikeout, and 3 hits allowed. He's yet to walk a hitter in 7 innings out of the bullpen. That one's bounced foul back to the screen. And talk about a guy that Zach Pace has to like. He just tells him to fill up the zone. That's all Micah Marquez has done. 4 strikeouts and no walks over what's now 7 1/3. Looking to clean up Sean McBroom's mess and keep this a tie ball game. 0-2. Marquez has a couple pitches to work with. He misses high 1 and 2.
And with McBroom going just 2 1/3, they're going to need some length out of Marquez. He's efficient so far, but needs to continue that.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nystrom leads from second base. He singled. Finney leads from first base. He also singled. Marquez comes home. Giovanetti pops it up. Right field line. It's Trent Keys making the call and the catch. A great job by Micah Marquez to limit the damage to 2. But the game is tied, and we'll see if the Stompers can grab the lead when Roman Raffelli takes over the play-by-play duties when we return for the top of the 4th.
The Sonoma Stompers are tail-wagging happy to have partnered with Pets Lifeline. Pets Lifeline offers several programs for pet owners in Sonoma, from dog training classes to spay-neuter and microchipping. Pets Lifeline also has a trap, neuter, and return feral cat program, as well as resources to help with rehoming a pet. Pets Lifeline is here to support pet owners in keeping their pets healthy and happy. Pets Lifeline is also hosting Bark in the Park on July 28th, so you can bring your pet to a Stompers game. Pets Lifeline and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners. The Sonoma Stompers are proud to have teamed up with Park Point Health Clubs this season. Let Park Point's innovative fitness and lifestyle programs improve your quality of life through our Focus 30/30 nutrition and training program. Or take Pilates classes, learn kickboxing, get back on the bench with our weight training program. We have personal trainers and, check this out, we even have childcare to help you create the time to become the best you can be. Park Point Health Clubs are located in Santa Rosa, Healdsburg, and right here in Sonoma. Park Point Health Clubs and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
Back for the top of the 4th, Cam Hegeman, Trent Keys, Anthony Shepler, 7, 8, 9 due up. They all reached base in the 2nd, and Hegeman and Keys scored. He shows bunt, that's Cam Hegeman, pulls it back, but it's called a strike off the outside corner. Hegeman hit a ground ball single that hit Brady Shannon, so he was out, but Hegeman reached. He eventually came in to score the 2nd run of the ball game for the Stomps. Well ahead of an off-speed there, now behind 0-2. Hegeman, since joining the Stompers, 5 hits, including a single today, and 4 walks, is good for a .308 average. The 0-2 fouled back into the mask of Winchell, and they'll give him a moment.
Stillings really settled down after there was a point of time where 6 consecutive Stompers reached in the 2nd inning. Some would say he was gifted an out on a call that off the bat of Hegeman that said it hit the leg of Brady Shannon running to second base, but either way, you have to battle with what you're given.
He throws a pitch. Nice competitive off-speed on the outside corner, but a great take from Hegeman. Puts the count at 2-1.
Might have to protect on that one with 2 strikes.
That's a bold take from Hegeman, but confident at the plate. The 1-2 fouled back. A nice AB worked here from Cam Hegeman. 1-2, working from the wind. Stelling lifts the leg, delivers. It's outside and low. Trent Keys stands on deck. The pitch from Stelling, off the inside corner, and a professional AB here from Hegeman. Down 0-2, works some pitches, fouls a couple off, and now on a payoff pitch. Stelling gets a sign, winds, delivers a 3-2, inside corner, called strike 3.
That's a tough one. There's 4 pitches all around the zone, and that's the one you get rung up on. That's a tough one to swallow.
It brings up Trent Keys, who, if you haven't heard us say it, here it is. The dude just gets on base. 14 hit by pitches, 13 walks entering today's ball game, and he added his 7th hit of the campaign in the 2nd inning. First pitch from Stelling misses high.
Stelling all around the zone this inning. 3 consecutive strikeouts for him, too.
That dates back to last inning. He got Libby and Shannon to end it. This one hit high and deep into center field. Going back is Turner. The ball just keeps going, and it's off, and one hops the wall. So it'll be a ground rule double, although the umpires didn't really see it until much later. So Trent Keys will move back to second base, but have a day. He's halfway to his cycle.
Zach Pace knows a thing or two about ground rule doubles that were called home runs. If we go back to the Stompers' professional days, he was the center fielder for the San Rafael Pacifics in the championship game. There was a controversial call out in dead center field. That's you can ask Coach about that one. I've asked him enough times.
As an intern, I don't know that I dare.
Yeah.
Oh.
He'll tell you it was a ground rule double every time.
Trent Keys stands on second, the double. He meets with Kenny Meimersdorf, the temporary or maybe permanent first base coach for the Stomps. They're 4-0 when he's in that box. And as we talked to him before the game, Trent Keys just earned himself a couple pieces of candy from the pocket of Kenny. The one-out double brings Anthony Scheffler to the plate. He walked in the second, was left on third base. Stelling now working from the stretch. Looks back, delivers. It's hit hard, right back up the middle, into the glove of Jeremiah, but Keys gets back in time. It's an L6 for Scheffler.
Now we've seen a lot of balls carrying out there, both pretty much left center and right center fully. The wind is blowing out to center, and it gets windy here on the island.
It's 402 dead center, 330 in the corners, and we've seen several at the wall. Colton Boardman stands in from the left to face the righty Stelling, looking to get out of a runner in scoring position. First pitch misses outside. Boardman, a ground out and a 2 RBI single that came in the 2nd inning. He hit the first pitch he saw the opposite direction over the head of Jeremiah and scored Hegeman and Keys.
Keys has 4 of his 7 hits in the past 5 days.
Pitch high to Boardman, a great take, and Trent Keys coming on at a great time for the Stompers and still doing what he's known best for and getting on base via the free pass.
3 of those 4 hits have now gone for extra bases, a couple doubles and a triple. If that ball doesn't hop up over the wall, that's probably 3 bases as well.
The 2-0 fouled off the foot of Colton Boardman. He's going to limp that one off on a stroll behind home plate. Thanks for joining us here on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network, here on the Sonoma Stompers YouTube channel. You can catch us for a video broadcast tomorrow. That's back at Arnold. First pitch 6:05. That one against the San Francisco Seagulls.
Yeah, that's a team 10.5 games out of first. Can't drop ones like that.
The 2-1 to Boardman. In there, a late call just below the knees. Nice frame from Winchell, but the Stomper dugout does not approve. It's 2-2. Tied at 3, 2-2 to Boardman. Is hit into shallow left field. Nystrom camps and makes the grab. A one-out double from Trent Keys is left on the bases. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth, knotted up at 3 here at the College of Alameda.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
I'm Trent Keys, first baseman, LMC, and you're listening to the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
Micah Marquez takes the mound for his first full inning of work. He came in relief of Sean McBroom, who went 2 1/3, gave 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of which earned. He didn't walk anyone, but hit 1, struck out 4. In his first outing this season with the Stompers. First pitch is popped up behind home plate. Pulowski giving chase, unable to make the catch. Riley Winchell now a second lease on life, but behind in the count 0-1.
Yeah, Pulowski late getting up out of his crouch there, and that ball lands in the field of play. You can see him talking to himself behind that glove, but that's when he probably wanted to get and gift his catcher a nice little one pitch, one out.
That's a tough one there for Pulowski. It was hit pretty hard, but it spun back into play. The wind going out to right, so likely pushed back a little bit, landed just inside the fence. The 0-1 high and in to Winchell, who had an RBI double in the second that got the Merchants on the board the first time he scored. Cy Turner, who had tripled. The 1-1. Late call inside corner, it's a strike. Now 1-2 to Winchell. And, pardon me, Cy Turner scored on a wild pitch after being moving from second to third from Ben Giovanetti. 1-2, buckles the knees and is called a ball.
Oh, goodness. Close pitch. It's a competitive pitch if you're Micah Marquez. You think you've found the outside corner. Ricardo Rodriguez says no.
He started the curveball about elbow high, worked it into the knees, and what I thought was middle out. 1-2 misses high and in. The pitch hit high into shallow left. Nick Sebastiani ranges over and makes the catch. 1 gone in the 4th.
I like Nick. He wears the full long sleeves. I think it's a real class baseball look. The turtleneck under the jersey.
Nice blue sleeves to complement the Stomper Road Grays, blue numbers and script with a bright orange number on the low left ribs on the front side.
Marquez going no sleeves and just a bright red glove.
I like it. He misses first pitch outside to Noah Smallwood. 11 strikeouts, 3 walks on the year. 12 strikeouts. He added 1 in the second. Just an 0.63 average entering play today. The 1-0 fouled back.
Baseball's, as Yogi Berra said, 99% physical, or 99% mental, and the other half is physical. It has to be a brutal mental stretch to see 12 strikeouts in your last 17 at-bats.
Just not putting the ball in play. Smallwood looking to do just that here. 1-1 to Marquez. Buckles the knees. That one's called a strike. And well, if you asked me to tell you what was different from that one to the pitch to Riley Winchell, I couldn't tell you what. 1-2. Marquez delivers, swing and a miss on an off-speed. His first strikeout of the evening and the 13th of the year for Noah Smallwood.
Alameda comes to town on Saturday, I can tell you, the beer batter before that lineup even comes out.
One of our more fun duties as the broadcasters. We get to join you for every Stompers game, home and road, but the home ones get to add the beer batter and get the Arnold faithful riled up in hopes of half-price beer.
Are there really any bad duties as a Stompers broadcaster?
None at all. This one off the glove of Shepler, and Benny Seitz has an E5 to reach base and seemed upset with it there. He wanted to hit, but he's on base.
Second error charge to Sonoma. There's also the pop-up that Connor Pulowski couldn't get to start this inning. There's a lot of ways Sonoma could already be out of this frame, and free outs is one that just kills this coaching staff. Now, theoretically, you're asked to get a 5th out this inning.
That's Shepler's 6th error on the year. Rolls the order over to the top. Caleb Latimer stands in. He reached on an error from Colton Boardman. That was a tough play to make. Probably could have been ruled an infield single, but ruled an error instead. He struck out in the first. That was against the starter, Sean McBroom. He's behind 0-1. Pitch from Marquez in for a strike. What probably would have been a controversial call, whichever way it went. They rule it a strike in the zone anyways. So it's 0-2. Benny Seitz on first. He's checked back by Marquez. A nifty move there, but not in time. 3-3 between the Merchants and the Stompers. Marquez from the right comes set at the belt. Takes a look back, delivers home, and it's hit high, deep into right. Shannon going back, makes the catch. It ends the inning. Benny Seitz reaches on an error with 2 gone, but a fly out from Latimer to right ends the inning. We'll head to the top of the 5th here on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
Stompers have partnered with Crandall Roofing to bring you the Grand Slam seating section. All grandstand seats are now sponsored by Crandall Roofing, the best roofers in the North Bay. Let your next roof be your last roof. Call Crandall Roofing, Diamond certified and proud partners with the Sonoma Stompers. Hey Stomper fans, if you need tree service, call Arbor MD. Proper tree care is essential for ensuring the safety, health, and beauty of your trees. Arbor MD's tree knowledge and expertise protects your property and enhances its value while also contributing to environmental sustainability and long-term tree health. Call Arbor MD for all your tree care and landscape needs. Nana's estate-grown extra virgin olive oil is made from olives grown exclusively on the property of Vianza Winery. They were hand-harvested and pressed to create Nana's extra virgin olive oil. Go to shop.vianza.com to see why Nana's olive oil is the very best. United States Congressman Mike Thompson, representing California's 4th District, is a proud supporter of the Sonoma Stompers. The Sonoma Stompers invite you to dine at Verano Cafe.
Stelling struts out for his 5th inning of work. He's given up 3 runs on 5 hits. No errors charged to the Merchant defense so far. Nick Sebastiani leads it off, lines this one just foul down the third base line. He's reached base twice. It was a triple in the first and a hit by pitch in the second. And he's been one of the hottest bats, not only in the Stomper lineup, but in the CCL in the last week or so.
Yeah, on base twice yesterday, on base twice already today.
Stelling delivers. It's low, but called a strike to Sebastiani, now behind 0-2.
No TrackMan system today, but I'd put my money on that one missed below the box.
Stelling working from the wind, glove at the belt. The 0-2, just a touch higher and called strike 3. And it's the 5th K of the evening for Logan Stelling. He ran into some trouble through the first 2, but has been very nice his last 2 1/3. Brings Paul Lazul to the plate, an RBI groundout and a strikeout so far against Stelling. It's right on left. Lazul takes strike 1.
The Alameda Merchant bullpen down the left field line is doing a Yankee Stadium roll call for their own team. I've never seen that before.
It's 0-1 from Stelling. He spikes this one. It gets past Winchell, but nobody on, no damage. And anything to keep the bullpen arms entertained, I suppose.
Have some fun. Playing free. I mean, they've had 5 days off. I'd be pretty bored as well.
The Stomps feeling more of a dog mentality than anything. It's 1-1 to Lazul. That one also gets to the backstop. A couple off the glove of Winchell. The Stomps have played, 5 in their last 6 days, but they've been red hot, entering today 4 wins consecutively. And it's been a little bit of everything in the win streak. 2-1 to Lazul, outside corner, brought back for a strike. Now 2-2. We've seen some great pitching. That was yesterday. Some great offense throughout the weekend. Just some really nice Zach Pace small ball from his Stompers as of late. The 2-2 misses low.
I know we're a lot closer to home plate here, but Winchell's been a lot more vocal than a lot of catchers we've seen talking to his pitchers out there.
And that's a chemistry thing. You build it by doing that, and it's a great way to just stay in touch with your pitcher. The payoff pitch hit hard to the right side. It's going to be a foot race between Stelling and Lazul. He's not in time. It went off the glove of Stelling there, and a tough ruling here. I believe he would have beat Lazul had he not dropped it, but Lazul finds himself on first base.
I think that one probably goes as an error against the pitcher. It was a good throw from Latimer. It was a catchable throw from Latimer. A tough play for the pitcher. You can't give him an error. I mean, it was a Baltimore chop that kicked over Giovanetti's head. A beautiful job to even make that a competitive play.
They've yet to put it on the scoreboard. But, I mean, it hit the glove of Stelling. The first pitch to Connor Pulowski is in the dirt. And it's ruled an E1, so Lazul reaches with 1 out. Pulowski, a couple of ground outs up the middle, a 4-3 and a 6-3. He's ahead 1-0. This one again in the dirt, 2-0, and it seems like Stelling can't quite find the zone as frequently as he had in the 4th and 3rd innings here in the 5th.
Yeah, you really only want to pay attention to the games you're playing, but you'd have to think that this Walnut Creek loss adds a touch of pressure to this ball game. And Riley Winchell has done a great job of bringing pitches back up to the knees, or at least that's what Ricardo Rodriguez thinks behind the plate.
That's called strike, 2-1. Winchell does a nice job of starting the glove more towards himself and then working it towards the ball as he receives in a nice raising motion. Pulowski well ahead of an off-speed. A nice sequence there from Stelling. He's back in the count 2-2.
Yeah, pitch counts climbing over 80 now at this point. climbing towards 90.
And through just 4 1/3, that's been a lengthy outing. The 2-2, foul tipped and squeezed by Winchell. The first strikeout of the evening for Connor Pulowski. And the 6th for Logan Stelling. Brings to the plate McCann Libby, a ground out and a strikeout so far today. One of just 2 Stompers not to reach thus far. First pitch he sees is an off-speed on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Stelling delivers, and it's popped up foul over the first base dugout. Libby, the Frisco, Texas native, played a couple seasons with the Navarro Bulldogs, headed to Louisiana Tech.
Just a couple of weeks now.
And leave the Stomps early, not a fun sight for Zach Pace. And the 0-2 buckles the knees, called off the inside corner.
Probably Winchell's calling this game behind the plate. If he yells, it's a called strike.
It's 7 Ks through 5 for Logan Stelling. We're knotted at 3 here in Alameda, Stompers and the Merchants.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
This is Nicholas Spastiani, the left fielder for the Sonoma Stompers, and you're listening to the Stompers Radio Network.
Micah Marquez takes the bump once again for the Stompers. He'll face 2-3-4 Jeremiah Nystrom Finney. In the middle of the order, ended the rally for the Merchants and left a couple on. Jeremiah scored the 3rd run for the Merchants. He was hit by a pitch. Hits this one sharply into shallow right field. Shannon comes on and makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Micah Marquez. Marquez entered with Nystrom and Finney on base. He got Cy Turner and Ben Giovanetti to fly and pop out. That was the 3rd inning where the Merchants tacked on 2. Nystrom, our look behind enemy lines merchant of the ball game, takes high ball 1. He's got a strikeout and a single this evening. Entered today a .333 average, 8 hits, 8 RBIs, and 8 walk. He's ahead 1-0 to Marquez, who delivers, and this one's hit high into left. Sebastiani takes a couple steps in and makes the grab quickly. 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the 5th. A couple drives to the corner outfielders, and quickly 2 outs for Marquez, who's going to need to give the Stomps some length. Not a lot of arms available, according to Zach Pace today.
Yeah, work to do for the Stompers on the offensive So I tie ball game at 3, though. This one's still very much in race, a coin flip.
First pitch fouled back from Emmett Finney. It's been a first strike every at-bat for him so far. He went down in 3 in the second. He singled in the third and is now behind 0-1 after the foul tip. That was a nice single in the third, down in the count. He takes in here 1-1. Thanks for joining us on the Stompers Radio Network. Roman Raffelli, Kieran Costa. 3-3 between the Stompers and the Merchants. 1-1, fouled back well ahead, but got a piece of the off-speed from Marquez, now ahead 1-2.
Yeah, this has been a pattern for Sonoma offensively. They get runs early and then are shut down through the middle innings. That happens in wins and losses.
The 1-2 from Marquez in the dirt with a fastball. In recent games, we've seen the Stompers put together more consistent offense. It wasn't a lot yesterday, but through the weekend, game against Walnut Creek, on Saturday they scored in 5 of 8. I believe they did that last Friday as well. The 2-2, a competitive pitch, it buckled the knees, almost got a swing from Finney, but he checked it and watched it low. It's a payoff pitch looming.
Yeah, Marquez still only going to deal his 29th pitch. He's done a great job of keeping the pitch count down, but you have to get him here.
The 3-2 called a ball. It was an off-speed, started elbow, worked to the knees into the heart of the plate, but not called.
Now batting center fielder number 5, Cy Turner.
It's the first walk of the ball game. McBroom or Marquez. Emmett Finney aboard with 2 outs. Brings up Cy Turner.
Yeah, Turner has a triple that hit off the wall and a fly ball that would have hit off the wall if it wasn't a very nice play from Hegeman.
First pitch he sees in for a strike, and that's what looks like about the same spot that ball 4 was to Finney. Cy Turner entered today just 182, but he's hit a couple of balls to the wall, as Kieran mentioned. A nice day at the plate.
Nice textbook block by Pulowski. Drops down to 2 knees and it kicks right off his chest. He keeps it within grabbing distance and keeps the runner at first.
It's 1-1 to Turner. Marquez comes set, takes a peek, and delivers a big swing and miss. A high challenge fastball to Turner. Marquez now ahead again, 1-2.
A.J. Gamboa is the arm up and loosening for Alameda.
Warming in the left field, on the field bullpen. Runner goes, it catches off the dirt and skips out of play. Looked like it hit home plate, and it should be a pair of bases for Finney, although maybe not.
No, he's just going to be held at second.
Is a ball out of play on a pass ball not an extra base?
I thought it was. It's like if it goes in the dugout, maybe. I thought he was going to third, but no argument from the Merchant dugout makes you think it was the correct call.
I suppose so. I could have sworn anytime a ball went out of play, it was 2 bags, but it's 2-2. Misses high to Turner, now a full count. Finney stands on second base. He walked. First 2, Jeremiah and Nystrom flew out. Bottom of the 5th, Marquez working against Turner. The 3-2 hit hard to the right side. Libby ranges, makes a sliding catch. The throw to Keys pulls him off the bag. And what I believe would be an error on McCann Libby, the throw too far towards the pitcher's mound. Finney moves to third. Now runners on the corners, 2 outs for Ben Giovanetti, who's got a ground out and a pop out to start this ball game.
Mike Nunes is going to come to the mound, and that's just to settle down Marquez. He's had to get way too many more outs than he should have. An error on Shepler with 2 outs in the 4th inning, and now an error here on Libby that would have ended this 5th inning. It's the 3rd error charged to Sonoma today. already. Still just a fifth.
And a tough play for Libby there. It was nearly an infield hit. It was about 15 feet right of, or I guess left of first base. He ranged over, made a sliding grab, and then had to throw from his knees as he fell backwards towards right field, about on the grass. It's not an easy play, but the throw pulled the lengthy Trent Keys off the base.
And now Marquez really has to bear down. You have a runner at third. Alameda's already scored 1 run on a wild pitch today. You have to bear down, keep that runner at third, strand him at third, and hold this ball game at 3 apiece.
The Merchants threatening against Marquez. 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th in a 3-3 ball game. First pitch skied into left. Schepler gives chase. But the ball out of play into the batting cages down the left field line. Giovanetti, 4 hits entering today's game. 13 strikeouts, 4 RBIs. Just a $154 to the average. Starts his hitting approach in what the textbooks would call a 2-strike approach. Slightly choked up and with a wide stance. Just fires the hips and hands. He's behind 0-1 to Marquez. Comes, set, delivers, runner goes. The throw made by Pulowski, and safe is the call from Ron Masso. And they say the tag wasn't made from McCann Libby. The throw beat him there, and it looked like the tag was applied in time, but apparently no tag. So it's 0-2 to Giovanetti. Marquez gets the sign, comes set, takes a peek back, and delivers. It's hit hard at Colton Boardman Fields, shuffles the feet in time to Keys. The throw skips in, but he picked him. The Merchants threaten, but leave 2 aboard. Marquez works out of the jam and sends the bats back out. Tie ball game between the Stompers and the Merchants.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma.
The Stompers grab the sticks in the top of the 6th. It's Brady, Shannon, Cam Hegeman, and Trent Keys, all who have reached base. It was a walk for Shannon. Hegeman and Keys, have both singled in today's ball game. Shannon walked in the second and struck out in the third. The second, well, an unfortunate end to his time on the bases. Takes a first pitch off speed low from A.J. Gamboa. Pitches at Christian Brothers University from Pittsburgh, California. The 6'2 senior takes the bump, and he's a full 23 years of age. A 4.5 ERA entering this outing. He gets a strike to get even with Brady Shannon. It's been one appearance, 2 innings. He gave up 1 earned run on a pair of hits and a walk. He struck out 2 and faced a full 9. Gamboa, the second righty for the Merchants, gets one there called strike. It's 1 and 2, and I mean, all 3 pitches to Shannon have been in the same spot, and it's a 1-2 count. Gamboa gets the sign, winds, delivers. It's low to Shannon, now 2 and 2. He comes in relief for Stelling, who had a nice 5 innings. 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 7 Ks. He also hit Nick Sebastiani. It was a rough start, but he bounced back and kept his team in this ball game when the bats came around. Gamboa steps off, not on the same page with Winchell. Shannon, the reigning Stomper of the week, 16 hits, 16 RBI on the season. The 2-2 hit hard towards Latimer at second. He throws across and beats Shannon by a step. Brings up Cam Hegeman. 5 hits to his Stomper campaign. Joined the team from Ohlone College, where he hit .352 and slugged .452. A great season there. Playing center field today and will likely get a lot of run throughout the rest of the season for the Stompers. Shows bunt, it skips into the dirt. It's 1-0. And TC Fairfield wants to check there, although I thought it was pretty clearly pulled back. So Hegeman stands in 1-0. The pitch from Gamboa, chopped to third. A nice glove from Benny Seitz, and it's thrown across in time to get the speedy Hegeman 2 gone. Trent Keys takes the box from the left side, and the Stomper bats have gone cold through the last 3 2/3. But Trent Keys halfway to a cycle. He's got a single and a double, and a run scored as well. Swings and misses on the first pitch he sees. Gamboa certainly doesn't work at the pace that we've seen Devin McGinto work at, but he's putting together a quick top of the 6th.
Stomps have to battle here. This is where the offense has struggled in these middle innings. This would be a good game to break out of that.
Pitch misses low to Trent Keys. 1-1 the count. Anthony Shepler stands on deck. He's got a line out and a walk. Bottom of the order has been very effective so far today. The 1-1 high to Keys, 2-1. We've got a bit of a lower zone today behind the dish. Not a lot called high, but plenty called at the knees or a touch lower. Two and one. Gamboa winds, delivers. It's fouled off the mask of Winchell. Now 2-2 to Trent Keys with 2 outs. nods for the pitch, winds, delivers, and spikes an off-speed. Now a payoff pitch for Trent Keys.
This is what Trent Keys does. He works good battles. This is the guy you want up with nobody aboard and 2 outs in this Stomper lineup. He works the best at bats, and quietly, as I mentioned, the second best OPS on the ball club entering today, and that's before his single and double.
The payoff pitch just below the knees and called ball 4. That's the 14th walk of the season for Trent. Brings up Anthony Shepler, a 173 average entering today. That's 9 hits, but 11 runs scored. He's been hit plenty, but who on the Stompers hasn't? Shepler hit 10 times. He's also got 6 walks. Fouls the first pitch he sees back. Gamboa now working from the stretch. Trent Keys on first. 2 outs in a 3-3 ball game between the Stompers and the Merchants. Gamboa lifts, delivers, misses low. One and one the count to Shepler. Gamboa shakes once, nods, looks back at Keys, comes set at the belt and delivers and loops a hook in there. Now 1 and 2. Trent Keys takes his lead off first as Gamboa comes set, takes a look, delivers home. Trent Keys takes off, and it's a swinging strike 3 from Anthony Shepler. A 2-out walk from Trent Keys, his 15th of the season, is left aboard. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. It's Sonoma Stompers baseball here on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma.
Chris Albee toes the rubber for the Stompers in relief of Micah Marquez, who also pitched at William Jessup, both relief arms playing for WJU. First pitch misses low, to Chris Albee, and Micah Marquez was great.
Yeah, 2.2 innings, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. The defense made a couple errors behind him, but he did his job and put up nothing but zeros and came into a 2-on, 1-out situation and got out of it.
Chris Albee on the bump, 185, 5'10", the senior. Now behind 2-0 the count to Riley Winchell. This one cut on and missed. Winchell a double and a fly out today. The double was his 6th hit of the season. Albee set the 2-1, cut on again. Nice off speed there. Had Winchell sped up. It's 2-2. On the year, Albee 8 1/3, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and a save picked up as well. The 2-2 hit softly to McCann Libby behind second base, roaming into the right field grass. It's squeezed, 1 up, 1 down for Chris Albee. And it brings up the 8-hole Noah Smallwood, who's got a pair of strikeouts. Those were his 12th and 13th of the season. First pitch misses low. Albee gets the sign and comes set at the belt. Delivers, and it's fouled back from Smallwood.
Can't give up a free base here. Smallwood struck out twice today. That brings his season total to 13 times he's been gone on strikes. He's only had 18 at-bats.
The 1-1 misses out. It's 2-1 with 1 gone in the 6th. Tied at 3 between these Stompers and the Merchants here at the College of Alameda. The 2-1 thrown in there with a nice little wrinkle from Albee, now 2-2. It's right on right, Albee and Smallwood. The 2-2 cut on and missed. It's the 3rd strikeout of the game for Noah Smallwood and his 14th of the season.
He struck out now against all 3 Stomper arms.
A tough night for Smallwood, and it brings up the 3rd baseman, Benny Seitz. He's got a hit on the season, a .333 average. He picked up an RBI there as well. But he's 0 for 1 on the ball game, reached on an error by Anthony Shepler in the 4th. 2 gone. Albee delivers to the lefty Seitz inside. Albee lifts the leg, delivers. It's hit softly down the 3rd base line. Shepler giving chase and makes a juggling catch. Or bounced. Back turn, couldn't see it. That's on me there. A nearly nice play from Shepler. And, 3rd base umpire Robert McGee didn't see it either. Seitz now on a 1-1 count with Albee. Albee set. Wines delivers. It's popped up again. Seitz well behind that one. Now 1-2. Alrighty, Albie set. Delivers, fouled off again from Benny Seitz. Another 1-2 set. The pitch in on the feet of Seitz. He gets out of the way. 2-2.
Quick feet. Can't lose the 9-hitter. You want to start attacking the top of the order in the 7th inning.
And Caleb Latimer stands on deck. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error and scored as well. The 2-2 low in the dirt from Albie. It's a full count.
Good at bats from Seitz. He got behind early. He fouled a couple pitches off, and now he's worked himself into a payoff situation.
The 7th pitch incoming of the at-bat. Albie set, delivers, and it's hit softly into left field, foul. Out of the range of Anthony Shepler. We'll do 3-2 again. Albie gets the sign from Pulowski. Comes set, takes a pause. The delivery off the outside corner, ball 4 to Benny Seitz. And the first walk of the evening for Chris Albie rolls the order over to the top. Caleb Latimer, 0 for 2 with an error reached so far. Entered today 8 hits, 7 RBI, 14 strikeouts, a .216 average for the second baseman. First pitch from Albie off the glove of Pulowski, but a nice recovery. Pulowski walks it out to give home plate umpire Ricardo Rodriguez a moment, although it didn't appear to shake him up. It's 1-0 to Latimer. Seitz stands off first. This one hit hard down the right field line. Foul. And a nice piece the opposite way from Latimer there, but was too far behind it. It's 1-1. Right on right. Albie delivers and it misses high.
Yeah, Albie's command's been sharp through his first outings of the year. He's now in his 7th appearance. That leads all Stomper pitchers. And it was ahead of Benny Seitz. Bases empty, 2 outs. Now he has to deal with that runner at first base for Speedy Seitz, and you never want to have to deal with a leadoff hitter.
The 2-1 doesn't find the zone. It's 3-1.
Jace Jeremiah, the best hitter on the ball club, on deck.
Latimer stands in, hands just behind the helmet. Albie lifts, delivers, and misses low. It's back-to-back walks with 2 outs. Now brings up Jeremiah. And we'll get a mound visit not from Mike Nunez, but from Connor Pulowski, just calming his guy down on the bump.
Yeah, Albie started this inning strong, induced the pop-up, got the strikeout. But now that go-ahead runs out in scoring position, back-to-back walks. So it was a quick one from Pulowski. Hey, you're telling him to just go get him. Your stuff's really played so far this season. They haven't seen you before from that drop-down righty arm slot either.
Going on the 2-hour mark of this one between the Stompers and the Merchants. Jeremiah had been hit by a pitch, but 0 for 2 otherwise. Top of the order's been quiet for the Merchants. First pitch from Albie. Hit hard at Colton Boardman, who's going to flip to McCann-Libby at second, and in time to get Latimer on the fielder's choice. A couple reach off of a pair of 2-out walks from Chris Albie, but he gets the ground ball to end the inning. When we come back for the top of the 7th, Kieran Costa takes you through the final 3 innings here on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
Stompers have partnered with Crandall Roofing to bring you the Grand Slam seating section. All grandstand seats are now sponsored by Crandall Roofing, the best roofers in the North Bay. Let your next roof be your last roof. Call Crandall Roofing, Diamond certified and proud partners with the Sonoma Stompers. Hey Stomper fans, if you need tree service, call Arbor MD. Proper tree care is essential for ensuring the safety, health, and beauty of your trees. Arbor MD's tree knowledge and expertise protects your property and enhances its value while also contributing to environmental sustainability and long-term tree health. Call Arbor MD for all your tree care and landscape needs. Nana's estate-grown extra virgin olive oil is made from olives grown exclusively on the property of Vianza Winery. They were hand-harvested and pressed to create Nana's extra virgin olive oil. Go to shop.vianza.com to see why Nana's olive oil is the very best. United States Congressman Mike Thompson, representing California's 4th District, is a proud supporter of the Sonoma Stompers. The Sonoma Stompers
There's
invite
a new
you to
pitcher
dine
on
at
the mound.
Verano Cafe.
His name is Tommy
Longtime
Curran. He
Sonoma
comes on
natives
in relief
Veronica
of
Perez
A.J.
and
Gamboa,
Carlos
who
Rubio
walked
listened to the
one hitter
community's yearning
and
for
struck
wholesome
out one
food
hitter in the
and
6th.
responded by opening a cozy diner nestled
Curran from
conveniently
Pleasant
at
Hill,
the crossroads
California.
of Highway 12 and
The
Verano Avenue.
lefty stands
At Verano
6'2",
Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are
95
experiences
pounds.
crafted with love and local ingredients.
They go from the
classic
22-year-old
eggs
Gamboa
to flavorful
to
chili
the
quiles.
18-year-old
Each
Curran.
dish
The
is a
lefty
symphony
delivers.
of taste. The Verano
Misses.
Cafe, part of the Jacobs
A tall
Restaurant
lefty
family and
starts the
proud
lineup and
sponsors
puts a
of,
short arms hit
you
out of
guessed
that
it,
left
the
arm
Sonoma
slot, making
Stompers.
his 3rd appearance. He's given up 3 earned runs over 4 innings of work, and he misses high. 2 balls and a strike out of Washington. Curran the lefty against Boardman the lefty. The pitch is in there for a called strike. We're in De La Salle High School. Pitches. Boardman fouls it back. Made just 1 appearance for the Huskies, and he gave up 3 earned runs in 2/3 of an inning. 4 hits, 1 walk. Gave up a double and a home run. Welcome to the D1 level, Tommy Curran. Boardman grounds it to second base. Latimer fields and throws to the new first baseman, Angelo Luna. And there's 1 down. Boardman now just 1 for 4, and it brings up Nick Sebastiani. Triple hit by pitch strikeout. That's a 1 for 2 day for the hottest hitter in the Stomper lineup. Scored 1 of the 3 runs. Swings first pitch and sends it to shallow right, and it's off the glove of Caleb Latimer, the second baseman. Cruising back like a can of corn catch, and it kicks off the glove of Caleb Latimer. The Stompers catch a break, and a big one.
And not the time for an error if you're the Merchants. It's been smooth sailing through the middle 3, and now Nick Sebastiani aboard.
Sebastiani a threat to run. 8 stolen bases on the season so far. We saw Trent Key's run. In that situation. And Esteban Sepulveda is going to grab a bat and hit for Paul Wazul. Zach Pace wants to stay away from the lefty, it looks like, and thank goodness there's no pitch clock because he'd start in an 0-1 count, late getting out of the dugout. Sebastiani at first base, he reached on an error.
And Sepulveda just a 167 average this season, 7 hits, a pair of doubles and a home run to tack on 9 RBIs. And in case you're wondering, he's been hit by 6 pitches. That's good for 5th among the Stomper ranks.
Yeah, Sepulveda had a couple RBIs on Sunday. That was a big win for the Stompers, 13-6. But the Stompers have just 1 win over the Merchants this season, and it's all thanks to Esteban Sepulveda, who had a 3-hit, 2-double, 4 RBI day against the Merchants back in Arnold Field. Looking to continue his success against Alameda, he takes high ball 1.
The Merchant masher.
It's a good one. Let's hope he can mash here with a runner at first and 1 out. 3-3 ball game, top of the 7th. The lefty Curran to the righty Sepulveda, high, 2 balls and no strikes. And you see Zach Pace there, he plays the matchup. Wazul, the lefty, was 0 for 3. He goes to the bench for Esteban Sepulveda, who has a hit in his last 2 games, 2 for his last 6. A couple RBIs and a couple runs scored too. Been on base a whole lot. The pitch is high. Strike called by Ricardo Rodriguez, and we've seen him give the bottom of the zone all day. That one clips the top of it. The count's 2-1. Sepulveda, 7 hits on the season. All 3 extra base hits have come against these Merchants. The pitch fouls it back to the screen on a fastball. And he'll battle from 2 balls and 2 strikes against Curran.
Yeah, Sepulveda on it there, just a touch low, but he's got the fastball timed up. Curran gonna need to get crafty here, go with the off speed.
Sebastiani off first base. He goes. The pitch to Sepulveda is low. The throw from Winchell is on a hop, and it kicks into center field. Sebastiani swipes second, his 9th steal of the season. The Stompers have the go-ahead run in scoring position with less than 2 outs. And Esteban Sepulveda will see a payoff pitch from Tommy Curran. The other Stomper catcher, Connor Pulowski, is on deck. Three balls, 2 strikes, tie game in the 7th. Curran comes home. Sepulveda grounds it hard to the shortstop. Jeremiah gloves cleanly, throws to first, and dug out by Angelo Luna. Nice play by the shortstop, Jeremiah. And now it's up to Connor Pulowski to try and knock in that run. Pulowski leads the team with 2 out. Runs batted in. He has 15 total ribbies on the season. Would be a nice time for number 16.
I don't know the exact stats, but I bet he's got the best hit to RBI ratio in the CCL. 9 hits, 15 RBI. When he gets 1, he gets a couple, and he's been great for the Stomps.
Good time to find the outfield grass. The pitch to Pulowski. Swings at the first one and fouls it back to the screen. 0-1. Pulowski's grounded out twice and struck out. Let's see what he does against the lefty Curran. A check on second base. The pitch home. Pulowski swings and misses. 0-2. Connor looking for his first hit since June 21st. Been a while for Connor Pulowski, who started this season so hot. He'll have to battle from behind 0-2. Hitting room on the right side of the infield. Luna 1 step towards the line. Latimer 1 step towards the middle. The 0-2 pitch. Pulowski takes low, 1-2. It'll be the heart of the lineup. 3, 4, and 5 for Alameda. The Stompers will love for that to be trailing. It's a tie game right now at 3 apiece. Runner at second, 2 outs. 1-2 pitch. High, 2-2. Upstairs with the fastball. And Pulowski started 0-2. He's back in it. It's 2-2.
Good play discipline here from Pulowski.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sebastiani off second base. Curran to Pulowski. Popped him up. Right field line. The catch is made and the inning is over. No runs on no hits, 1 Alameda error, and 1 Stomper left on base. Time to stretch here at the College of Alameda. We're all knotted up at 3. You're listening to the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
This is Colton Boardman, shortstop out of CSUN, and you are listening to the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
Chris Albee goes to work against the the middle of the Merchant lineup. Goodness. That's Jackson Nystrom, the left fielder. Struck out, singled, and popped out. The 3-hitter in the lineup entered today, getting a hit 1 out of every 3 at-bats. That's exactly what he's done, and he'll start his 4th at-bat ahead in the count. The Stompers and the Merchants played a close game here at the College of Alameda all the way back on the 11th of June. 5-3 the final in favor of the home squad. The Stompers looking to return the favor here. The pitch to Nystrom just misses in. The count's 2 balls and no strikes now. Sonoma, the winners of 4 consecutive games, looking to make it a 5th. Albee delivers. Nystrom fouls it back to the screen. Challenge pitch on 2-0. Albee not afraid to come into the zone. Why would he be, the way he's pitched this season? The pitch is sent in the air to center field. Chasing back is Hegeman. Still back, looks up, and it's gone. Jackson Nystrom, his first home run of the season, puts Alameda up 4-3 here in the last of the 7th. Dead center field, right over the 400 sign. It probably went about 403.
a missile off the bat of Nystrom. There's a reason he was our look behind enemy lines this evening. He's done some damage, did a lot of it there. Now the Stompers down one late.
That brings up Emmett Finney. This one swung on and grounded to shortstop. Boardman Field sets his feet, throws to first, picked by Trent Keys. A nice play on both ends by the Sonoma infield. And there's one down. Swinging first pitch after the home run was Finney. He was retired 6-3. Lefty side Turner's turn. He hit a triple off the wall. He flew out to the warning track, and he reached on a McCann Libby error. 4-3 Merchants now as we play in the bottom of the 7th. The Stompers have work to do with 6 outs of offense left against what's been a very good back end of the bullpen for Alameda. That one misses outside, 1-0. Base is empty, 1 out. The pitch from Albie. At the knees, called strike, 1-1. Nice pitch.
Yeah, it's been called off and on pretty much the duration of this ball game, but a good one to go get if you're Chris Albie.
Stomps will have to do it in walk-off, or beg your pardon, comeback fashion. I wish we were at Arnold Field. It would be about 20 degrees warmer. That one's fouled back to the screen. Ben Giovanetti, who moved from first base to third base at the end of last inning, is in the on-deck circle, but Albie only focused on the hitter Turner. William Jessup, pitcher. Memphis, hitter. The pitch. Grounded to the right side. Libby fields and throws. Keys finds the bag, and they got him. Couple ground balls, and that will bring up Ben Giovanetti, who's grounded out to the shortstop a couple of times. He's also popped out to the first baseman, Keys. He'll dig in right on right against Albie.
Number 28, Ben Giovanetti.
Giovanetti, a right-handed hitter, was hitting 300 for most of the season at Ball State, tailed off to around 280. Takes low, 1-0. Did a nice job putting the ball over the wall. He had a home run last year at his time with the Stompers. Skyline College to Ball State, a stint with the Stompers in between. He hits this one to Boardman, who fields a high hop and throws in time. After a leadoff home run from Nystrom, Albie induces 3 ground balls, but the offense needs to get that run back when we come back for the top of the 8th. Alameda on top of Sonoma 4-3 after 7 on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma.
Will Bonini, another new arm out of the bullpen. Bonini has 4 games, all of them out of the bullpen. He does have 1 save. He's the closer. Closed out a 4-3 victory over the Stompers. That was all the way back on June 5th. In those 7.1 innings he's thrown over the course of 4 appearances, he's given up just 1 earned run, and that was to Sonoma. This is the Stompers' 3rd look at the hard-throwing righty out of the College of San Mateo. The 6'5", 215-pound, 21-year-old comes set and pitches to Libby. Ball 1. Well, no pitch. There's a baseball on the field.
And I believe it came from the bullpen down the Stompers side, down the right field corner.
I think the night is done for Chris Albee, and that one Jackson Nystrom home run proves to be the difference in the ball game up until this point. 3-3 affair. The pitch to Libby. He sends one down the right field line. Latimer gives it a look. So does the right fielder. Sights, and it drops untouched. There's a lot of defensive changes. We're just building the book ourselves today over here. Angelo Luno plays first base. Ben Giovanetti moves from first base to third base. Benny Sights moves from third base to right field. And Noah Smallwood will avoid a golden sombrero because he's pulled after going 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Libby behind in the count, 0-1. Bonini taking his time out back behind the hill. Libby, Shannon, Hageman. Those will be the 3 to try and jumpstart the Stomps in the 8th. Pitch. Libby takes away, 1-1. We've got another good one. The 5-game winning streak doesn't come easy. The Stomps need to come from behind here with 6 outs to do it. The pitch. Libby takes low. He's ahead 2-1. Grounded out in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd and the 5th. Leading off the 7th are Sonoma. The pitch, low. And Libby doing a good job of making Bonini work. It counts 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, Libby struck out twice against the starter Stelling. He didn't face Gamboa or Curran, but a much more disciplined approach.
The pitch. He hits this one a mile into left field, chasing Nystrom back, still back. On the track, he dropped it. It's off the glove of Nystrom, and it's a double for McCann Libby. That ball was crushed into the left center field gap, and it kicked off the glove of Nystrom out there. He gives it back to Sonoma after the home run, and no double for McCann Libby. They'll say E7, 2-base error. And the Stompers now have the tying run at second base with nobody out. And Brady Shannon, 0 for 2 with a walk. Big chance. And if we go all the way back to that 2nd inning, Ron Masso ruled that a ground ball off Hegeman's bat hit Brady Shannon in the leg. That took pretty much a run off the board at the time. The pitch to Shannon. Called strike. It took Ricardo Rodriguez an extra second, but it's 0-1 on Brady Shannon. Runner at second, that's Libby. On the mound is Bonini, and in the box is Shannon. The pitch. That's hit into right center field. Chasing over his Turner, ranging over, and he reaches up and makes the catch on the warning track. Libby takes third base. Brady Shannon scalded that baseball into the right center gap, and a very nice play by Cy Turner to keep the Merchants in front. My goodness.
That's a piece of hitting that very nearly took the Stompers' lead back in this one, but it moves McCann from second to third. That's a big play from Brady Shannon, and now the infield maybe partially in here. Hegeman needs the ball out of the infield to tie this one back up.
Infield's all the way in for the Merchants, trying to cut down the tying run. Hegeman, a right-handed hitter, looking for his second Stomper RBI. The pitch. Called strike, outer corner. Infield in. If you get it past him, it's a tie ball game. If anything gets past Winchell, it's the same result. Hegeman chases. It counts 0-2. Big at-bat. Cam Hegeman represents the go-ahead run. McCann Libby at third. He represents the tying run with 1 out in the 8th. 4-3. The Merchants over the Stompers. The 0-2 to Hegeman. Struck him out swinging. And the infield can head back to their normal positions, and it all comes down to Trent Keys. Singled and scored in the second, doubled, was stranded in the fourth, walked in the sixth. He's been aboard all 3 trips. That pushes an on-base percentage that was already over .550. Needs a base knock to tie this ball game. He takes low 1-0. The second baseman, Caleb Latimer, is playing so far into the hole when this pitch resets. He had to walk back behind the bag to try and make sure the ball didn't get through, but he is deep and way over into the 4-hole. He has a lot of room up the middle. Takes. Called strike 1-1.
And Bonini's going to have to come into the zone here. He got Hegeman to go down on 3 and 2, which weren't particularly close. He got a called strike a touch low, but Keys very patient, disciplined approach, not someone who's going to swing in the dirt.
1-1 to Keys. Is lined to the second baseman, Latimer. Perfectly placed. The defensive positioning works to a T. And Caleb Latimer takes a hit away and the tie away from Sonoma. We head to the last of the 8th. Sonoma trails 4-3.
Hey, Stomper fans, if you're looking for roof services, look no further than Crandall Roofing. Crandall's dedicated team of professionals guarantees excellence. From roof repairs to installations, Crandall delivers top-notch solutions with unmatched value. One of the reasons Crandall Roofing stands out is Crandall Roofing uses only Class A fire-rated materials, and Crandall Roofing is certified by the manufacturer who extend warranties up to 50 years. Not only that, but Crandall Roofing's simple pricing plan ensures absolute transparency. Hey, with straightforward rates and no hidden fees, Crandall Roofing makes roofing solutions easy. Visit their website at crandallroofing.com or call 707 586 2500. Let your next roof be your last roof. Crandall Roofing, Diamond certified and proud partners with the Sonoma Stompers.
Braden Gens is the new arm for the Stompers. Zach Pace goes to his closer to try and hold this at a 1-run deficit in the bottom of inning number 8. Chris Albee, 2 innings, 1 hit. The problem was that one went over the wall. He walked 2 and struck out 1. He's on the hook for the loss if nothing changes here in the 8th and 9th innings. Gentz, the righty out of Pepperdine University, is currently in the portal. He's given up 4 earned runs this season. That was in his 1 start. So in 6 2/3 out of a bullpen, nothing across. Gentz fires in the first pitch, and Riley Winchell swings and misses, nothing in 1. First time working against the Merchants. The pitch is bounced weakly up the first baseline, and it kicks foul. Counts nothing in 2. Gentz does a good job of getting ahead immediately. 7 strikeouts to just 1 walk. Opponent's hitting .226 against him. Winchell doubled off of McBroom. He's flown out and popped out since. Stompers trail by a run in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch from Gentz, low. We take a look around the scoreboard. The Menlo Park Legends beat the Walnut Creek Crawdads. That was a 5-4 contest out at Monte Vista High School, and the Blues are 3 outs away from what would be a 2nd consecutive victory over Arroyo Seco. Braden Gentz right down the middle. Riley Winchell gone looking, but first for Gentz. That brings up Angelo Luna, who's hitting in place of Noah Smallwood, whose night ends with 3 strikeouts. Luna, a left-handed hitter.
On the year, .269 average, 7 hits, 4 RBI, 4 walk, just 5 strikeouts.
Righty Gentz to the lefty Luna. Low. 1-0. Righty lefty. Gentz Luna, the pitch. In there for a called strike. For the Stompers in the 9th, who are looking to come back and keep this game rolling, it'll be Anthony Shepler, Colton Boardman, and Nick Sebastiani, the 3 to hit. This one's popped up. Very shallow left. Colton Boardman makes the catch a few steps out into the outfield. There's 2 down.
A nice assertive play from Colton Boardman. We've seen that one several times throughout this season so far. About 10-15 steps into the outfield grass, turns the hips, gets to it, and is camped. It's a nice play.
Zach Pace has options off the bench. He's already burned Esteban Sepulveda. He has Schlafer, Ben Sebastiani, and Kieran Baker if he wants a righty. He has Gideon Hahn if he wants a lefty. The pitch, swing and a miss. Shepler and Boardman are lefties. Nick Sebastiani's are righty. Those are the 3 slated. Gentz is 0-1. Swing and a miss, nothing in 2. Braden Gentz. Filthy stuff coming out of the bullpen. Looking to hold this at a 1-run deficit. He pitches. It's grounded off of his foot and foul by Ben Seitz, who's grounded out, reached on an error and walked. Righty Gentz against the lefty Seitz. Stompers haven't scored since the 2nd inning. The pitch. Right there, called strike 3. Braden Gentz turns down the Merchants in order in the 8th. It's time for a little road magic from the Stompers. They trail it 4-3. Come back for the top of the 9th on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
This is Hey Trey from the Sonoma Stompers. You're listening to Stompers Baseball on the Stompers Radio Network.
Flybird Margarita is our new and delicious cocktail that's ready to go, no bartender needed. Flybird Margarita is crafted in Mexico with 100% Mexican agave wine.
Friedman's Home Improvement. When something breaks at your house, head on over to Friedman's Home Improvement. Remember, if we don't have it, you don't need it.
Gideon Hahn will come off the bench to hit, and Eric Diaz will come out of the bullpen to pitch. Stompers trail it 4-3 in the ninth. Diaz from Vacaville, California, turning 21 in a month and a week. 6 foot, 210 pounds. The righty played last season at Long Beach State. He'll face Hahn, Boardman, and Sebastiani. Stelling to Gamboa, to Curran, to Bonini. Gideon Hahn off the bench to try and start a Stomper rally in the ninth. They trail this ball game by just a run. Right on left, Diaz against Hahn. Diaz pitches, Hahn takes a called strike one. On 3 for 26 for Sonoma. 6 walks, 3 strikeouts. Always going to give you a professional at bat, and that's what Sonoma needs to start off this ninth. Represents the tying run. The pitch to Hahn is low, 1-1. These are the guys you want up. You have Hahn in a pinch hit situation, and then the top of your order. A Jackson Nystrom 7th inning home run, the difference up until this point. Diaz comes set, delivers to Hahn. Misses 2 balls and a strike. Close pitch from Diaz.
And a great take there from Gideon Hahn. Just seeing some pitches, acting as a leadoff here with the top of the order. Getting to see some pitches from Diaz.
Right on left, Hahn takes. Called strike, bottom of the zone.
That's a great frame from Riley Winchell.
Riley Winchell's done a great job bringing those balls back up to the knees. 2-2, Hahn has to battle. The pitch, Hahn grounds it to Latimer at second, who fields and throws him out at first. Now Colton Boardman, another lefty. Boardman's 1 for 4. Couple of ground outs, a single and a fly out. Has 2 out of the 3 Stomper RBIs. The pitch, Boardman fouls it back, 0-1. Drama building here in the ninth. Diaz to Boardman. Line foul over Dave Hoke and off the high home batting cages, set up down the third base line. Boardman behind in the count, 0-2. Diaz, the closer for this Alameda team. He's converted his 2 save situations. He's given up 2 earned over 7.2 innings. 9 strikeouts. He pitches to Boardman 0-2, fouls it off, and the battle will continue. Nick Sebastiani, who's tripled, been hit by a pitch, and then reached on an error. Boardman looking to battle behind in the count. The pitch from Diaz, grounded foul. Everything's gone the opposite way when Boardman's made contact.
I don't know that we've seen an off-speed yet from Diaz, but Boardman on the fastball here. It wouldn't be a bad time to try to get him out in front, but a nice battle from Boardman so far.
Sebastiani and then Sepulveda. The pitch to Boardman. Check swing. Winchell tries to throw it around the infield. It was called a ball. It's 1-2.
And he's done that a few times, just kind of convincing the umpire. He moves out of it and doesn't try to stick the frame, just sell the call, which, fair enough, that's some gamesmanship, but he didn't get it there.
And Diaz steps off before delivering what's now a 1-2 pitch. A ball and 2 strikes to Boardman. He takes low, 2-2. There's the off-speed pitch. It missed down below the zone. Diaz is 2-2 to Boardman. High 3-2. Great at bat from Colton Boardman. We'll see an 8th pitch. Something's got to give between Diaz and Boardman. The go-ahead run out in the on-deck circle. Boardman trying to get aboard as the tying run. We'll see what Diaz goes to on the payoff. Here it is. Boardman takes inside ball 4. That's a great at-bat from Boardman, who was behind 0-2, fouled off 3 consecutive pitches, and then saw 4 straight out of the zone. Diaz forced to battle through 2 hitters, and Nick Sebastiani would love to hit that same triple ball in the gap here.
That's a beautiful at-bat from Colton Boardman. There's a reason he hits the top of this order nearly every single day. That's his 15th walk of the season, and it's a dang good one in the top of the 9th.
Hole on the right side. Luna holds the runner, Boardman. Sebastiani takes a called strike. Check on Boardman. He's back safely with a dive. Esteban Sepulveda, who came off the bench to hit for Lazul back in the 7th inning, waits on deck. Boardman at first base. He represents the tying run. Sebastiani at the plate, the winning run. That one kicks past the catcher high off the screen. Boardman's going to take second base. He takes a look towards third, but holds there. And now the Stompers have that tying run in scoring position. And Sebastiani will now see a 1-1. Nick Sebastiani, a triple, a hit by pitch. He's reached on an error. 1 for 3. Looking to drive home the tying run for the Stompers. Diaz comes set. Takes a look at Boardman, dancing off the bag. The pitch to Sebastiani low, 2 balls and 1 strike. And after getting ahead of Boardman, he had to throw 3 extra pitches in the zone that Boardman fouled off. He's now missed with 6 of the 7 after that.
And the closer's not known for having a long tank. It seems to be dwindling a little bit here after the lengthy at-bat to Boardman.
2-1, hitters count for Sebastiani. He takes low, 3 balls and 1 strike. Not the worst idea in the world with first base open.
And the hottest bat in the CCL at the plate. Not a terrible walk like you mentioned, but you want to get the out here and try to put it away.
3-1 pitch to Nick Sebastiani. Diaz delivers, and Sebastiani pops it up. Back behind the plate, Winchell gives it a look, and he dropped it. That ball stayed in play, and Riley Winchell, late coming out of the crouch, saw it kick off the heel of his glove, and Nick Sebastiani has just caught a break. My goodness.
Yeah, extended the zone a little bit upwards. That ball right about chest high. Not unlikely to be called a strike. It Could have been ball 4, but hey, he wants to hit.
3-2. Diaz now one pitch away from a big second out. The Stompers a base hit away from tying this game. Luna hugs the line down at first base. The 3-2 to Sebastiani. Inside, ball 4. And Nick Sebastiani gets on first base after hitting a pop-up on 3-1 that probably should have ended up in the glove of the catcher, Riley Winchell. And that's going to force TC Fairfield to draw his infield together. The Stompers have the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first, and their closer hot and ready to go for the bottom of the ninth if they can get there. Hahn started this inning, he grounded out. Colton Boardman was behind in the count, 0-2. That turned into an 8-pitch battle. He drew a walk. Sebastiani hit a 3-1 pop-up that could not be corralled by the catcher Winchell in foul ground. That ended in a walk. First and second, 1 out. No shortage of drama here at the College of Alameda. Pat Balefield seen so many good games this season. In just 4, the Merchants have a walk-off in a quarter of their home games.
Esteban Sepulveda, who had a great game against them back at Arnold in the box, probably not who Diaz wants to be seeing.
Right on right. Diaz against Sepulveda. The first pitch. Called strike. Riley Winchell, for everything we've said about that pop, has done a great job receiving the baseball behind the plate today. 0-1 to Sepulveda. Takes. Called strike, 0-2. Connor Pulowski on deck. Couple go-ahead hits for Connor this season.
Another clutch bat in the lineup, but I'd love to be able to do more damage there if Sepulveda can put one in a gap.
0-2 to Sepulveda. Struck him out swinging. Whatever TC Fairfield said to his closer clearly worked.
And you look back on it here, and it's an interesting move to bring in the lefty Hahn for the lefty Shepler, because there you have right on right favors Diaz there. He's able to work off of it, but could have had Hahn hit there and get right on left after already getting 2 lefties seeing him.
Connor Pulowski against Eric Diaz, game on the line. Stompers lead from first and second, 2 outs in the ninth. The pitch, Pulowski takes high, 1 ball and no strikes. Colton Boardman at second, Nick Sebastiani off first. 2 on, 2 out, top of the ninth. The Stompers trail by 1. Diaz looks at second, pitches home. Pulowski takes a called strike. Stompers playing to keep their 4-game win streak alive and gain ground on the first place Crawdads. The pitch to Pulowski, low, 2-1. Diaz, the righty out of Long Beach State. Pulowski, the righty out of Bellarmine. The 2-1 offer, low, 3-1. Winchell keeps it in front, and that takes away a critical 90 feet from Colton Boardman.
That's a nice block there and a nice take from Pulowski. The Stompers been very patient on the spin from Diaz. I don't know that they've swung at one yet.
Hitters count to Pulowski. 3 balls and 1 strike. A base hit to the outfield would most likely tie it up. Here it is. Pulowski takes low ball, 4 bases loaded. And now the tying run is 90 feet away. The Stompers have the bases loaded and 2 outs in the ninth. It don't get much better than this.
Oh, and it's McCann Libby at the plate who hit that ball nearly over the wall to deep left his last time up. That was just last inning.
How about the situation here? Diaz has already walked 3 hitters this inning. He can't walk Libby. The pitch to McCann. Low ball 1. A walk forces in a run. Gotta be his pitch to see a swing. 3 out of the last 4 Stompers have reached via a walk. 1-0 on the way to McCann. Takes. Down the middle, called strike. Brady Shannon in the on-deck circle if Libby can keep this ball game going. 1 ball, 1 strike. 4-3 Merchants, bases loaded Stompers, top of the 9th. Libby takes low and outside. 2-1.
That's a professional take from McCann Libby there. That's exactly the pitch that Diaz wants to thrive with, but he misses just outside. Libby takes it. It's a very nice take.
2 balls and 1 strike. The count to McCann Libby. Right on right. Diaz pitches. Libby swings and misses. 2-2. And now, 1 more strike ends the ball game. Power on power. Diaz against Libby. Diaz agrees on the sign with his catcher Winchell. The 2-2 to Libby. Struck him out swinging. The ball game is over. The Stompers leave them loaded in the 9th, and Alameda win it by the final score of 4-3. And there's a couple things you can look at. A couple calls go against the Stompers in the early going, but 7 consecutive zeros to close it out by the Alameda bullpen, and man, they were good.
Yeah, the bullpen was great, and after a rocky start, Logan Stelling was very solid. You bring up the controversial call. Did it hit Brady Shannon's foot? We'll never know, but that's how it was called, and it probably took one off the board for the Stomps, maybe even a couple, but ultimately the Stompers got to get back on the board. They scored in the first and second innings, but nothing after that. Just a tough offensive night.
The winning pitcher in today's ball game, that would be Tommy Curran. The losing pitcher is Chris Albee. The hold to Will Bonini and the save to Eric Diaz. That's his 3rd of the season. Chris Albee has handed his first loss, and all good things have to come to an end. Sonoma wasn't going to win forever. After a 4-game win streak, they take the hit. They fall to 15-10. Alameda climbs to 11-5, and one thing that was clearly apparent in today's game, the Merchants hadn't played a game in 4 days, and they had every single bullpen arm you could ask for available. They end up using 4 out of a bullpen. Sonoma a little short on arms. People have to pitch later into the ball game. You think pitcher freshness was a relevant detail in this one, Roman?
I mean, it's always tough to tell because you've got a big team. This is a staff that we've seen everyone be very good on for the Stompers, starters or from the pen, but you've got a more limited selection. Sean McBroom, his first outing, that can always be a tough one. He gives up 3 through just 2 1/3. Not the ideal start that the Stompers were looking for, but not a terrible one. Ultimately came down to, the pitching, and I definitely think the freshness was a key piece of this for Alameda. You've got the days off. You can be, really locked in, get some additional reps throughout those days and be, at your very best against a team that's been their very best for now 4 games in a row, but Alameda gets the best of them at home.
2 of the 3 on the line score looked the same. Both teams got 5 hits. Both teams made 3 errors, but 1 more run in that column for Alameda. 4-3 the final. Jackson Nystrom with a 7th inning home run the difference. Alameda scores the last 4 of the ball game, and the last one, that's what matters most. 4-3 the final from the College of Alameda. We'll get back to work tomorrow. That's a video feed against the San Francisco Seagulls. First pitch comes your way from Arnold Field at 6:05, which means the pregame show is at 5:50. For Roman Raffelli, I'm Karen Costa, signing off from Alameda. Stumps full, 4-3 final.